Chapter 326. Zhao Yun, how could you treat our grandmother like this? You're so heartless. At this time, no one dared to help Hua Chunhua, but Zhao Ping stood up. Actually, she just wanted to perform well. It was even better that no one helped Hua Chunhua. It gave her more opportunities to perform. Hua Chunhua would definitely talk about how good she was later. If she won Hua Chunhua's heart, then her life in old Zhao's family would be much better in the future. Not to mention eating and drinking, the main reason she could eat more was that she could buy some beautiful clothes and jewelry for her. Just like how she treated Zhao Xinhui. In addition, when she got married, as long as Hua Chunhua was happy, she would definitely give her more dowry than the other girls in old Zhao's family. Zhao Ping's behavior made Zhao Yun hate her even more. Was it really good to flatter like this? In order to please Hua Chunhua, she really forgot about her own sister. However, Zhao Yun didn't care. Anyway, she didn't want to treat Zhao Ping as her sister. Mind your own business. Originally, she wanted to give face to Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao and let Zhao Ping go. It seemed that she didn't need to show mercy at all. Zhao Yun took back the scoop and scooped out a scoop of feces to throw at Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was splashed from head to toe. Zhao Ping originally thought that Zhao Yun wouldn't treat her like this. Who knew that Zhao Yun really didn't care about her family when she went crazy? Ah! Zhao Ping's roar could be heard. If you don't want to be worse, then shut up. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that I won't feed you shit if I get angry. Zhao Yun warned. Mother. Zhao Ping looked at Liang Jinqiao pitifully. If she wanted Liang Jinqiao to discipline her, no matter what, Zhao Yun would definitely not splash feces on her mother. Liang Jinqiao turned his head and ignored Zhao Ping. Thinking about what Zhao Ping had done, she was also a little angry. Zhao Yun was Zhao Ping's twin sister, but Zhao Ping didn't care about Zhao Yun at all. Instead, she helped old Zhao's family to bully Zhao Yun. He was even more fawning over Hua Chunhua. Seeing that Liang Jinqiao didn't stop him, Zhao Yun sighed in relief. Her mother wasn't too bad this time. She didn't continue to interfere in this matter. Zhao Yun put her hands on her waist and said, "Today, I'll leave my words here. Now that we've separated from the family, no matter how good or bad my life is in the future, you'd better not provoke me. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Today is just a warning. If you push me too hard, I have more ways to torture you." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she threw out the remaining feces in the bucket, causing old Zhao's courtyard to be filled with a foul smell. Even if the feces and urine in this courtyard were cleaned, the smell would definitely not dissipate for 30 to 50 days. While old Zhao's family was still in shock, Zhao Yun calmly carried his bucket of feces and walked in the direction of the house. After Zhao Yun walked far away, old Zhao's family erupted in roars again. "Mother, look, Zhao Yun dirted my clothes." Zhao Xinhui stomped her feet angrily. "That little b*tch. I'm so angry. How dare she treat me like this?" Hua Chunhua's eyes reddened. However, after this incident, she was really afraid of Zhao Yun. She couldn't go to settle the score. Didn't she just suffer in silence today? Chapter 327. Of course, these were just words of anger. No matter what, a life for a life. At most, he would find a way to teach Zhao Yun a lesson. That little b*tch is amazing now. Even if you killed her, you probably wouldn't have the ability to do so. Hua Chunhua replied. In her agitation, the feces that flowed down her face flew out. A few drops fell on Zhao Wenshui's face. "Mother!" Zhao Wenshui looked at his little sister and Hua Chunhua with some disgust. "What are you doing?" Hua Chunhua replied angrily. "Mother, you and little sister are stinking. Hurry up and wash up. Otherwise, this stench won't go away. It's too disgusting." Zhao Wenshui didn't care much and spoke directly. It would have been better if he hadn't said that. Once he said that, Hua Chunhua became even angrier. She scolded Zhao Wenshui. "You still have the cheek to say that? He just asked you to catch that little b*tch Zhao Yun. Why are you standing still? Now you're disdaining me and saying that I'm stinking. I've really raised you for nothing." As Hua Chunhua spoke, she prepared to slap Zhao Wenshui with her black claws. If it was just a slap, Zhao Wenxue wouldn't have much of an opinion. He was a man, so a few slaps would be fine. But the problem was that Hua Chuanhua's hands were stained with feces. If this slap landed on him, wouldn't he be stained with feces like Hua Chuanhua? Zhao Wenxue quickly dodged. Mother, I was wrong. I was wrong. Don't hit me. Humph, useless thing. Hua Chuanhua glared at Zhao Wenxue, still angry. Zhao Wenxue said with a bitter face, Mother, you can't blame me alone. Big brother and the others didn't do anything either. It's all Zhao Yun'er's fault. If she didn't bring shit here, we would have caught her. Zhao Wenxue chimed in. That's right, Mom. We can't possibly be splashed with feces like you, right? This is too disgusting. Mother, you also know that I can't stand the slightest bit of uncleanliness. If this were to happen to me, wouldn't it kill me? Hua Chuanhua looked at her sons in disappointment. They really knew how to find excuses. So what if they had no conscience? I've raised you for nothing, Hua Chuanhua said. Now was not the time to argue with his sons. Now that he was covered in feces and urine, it was extremely disgusting. If he didn't clean himself up, he would be suffocated by the smell. Hui Ping let's take off our clothes and take a shower later. Zhao Ping was a little excited when Hua Chuanhua called her name. She seemed to have forgotten that she was covered in feces and grinned as she went up to Hua Chuanhua. Grandma, go away, don't come near me. Zhao Xinhui waved at Zhao Ping in disgust. Auntie. Zhao Ping felt wronged. She was covered in feces and smelled just as bad. Now, she was disdaining her. All right, go and change your clothes. You have to wash your clothes properly. Speaking of washing clothes, Zhao Xinhui vented his anger on Liang Jinqiao. Mother, Zhao Yun'er, that little b*tch splashed feces on us. We have to take off our clothes and let third sister-in-law wash them. Chapter 328. Therefore she said to Liang Jinqiao, Third brother's wife, you can wash our clothes later. Hua Chuanhua's tone was firm as she ordered Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao was no different from ordinary people. He also felt disgusted when he saw feces on the clothes. Zhao Wenhua could tell that Liang Jinqiao was in a difficult position, so she helped Liang Jinqiao and said, Mother, how can you let Yun'er's mother wash these clothes? What Yun'er did has nothing to do with Yun'er's mother. What do you mean it has nothing to do with her? She didn't give birth to that little b*tch Zhao Yun'er, so she has to wash it. Mother, if I'm Yun'er's father, doesn't that mean I have to help her wash it? Why would a man like you wash clothes? But Zhao Wenhua looked at Liang Jinqiao with heartache. What right did he have to bully Yun'er's mother like this? If old Zhao's family hadn't provoked them, Zhao Yun'er wouldn't have brought feces over. At the end of the day, his mother should be blamed for this. She was the one who caused this trouble. Now that she was the one who suffered, she was blaming others. Grandmother, I think it's better not to let third aunt wash it. Shen Pan'er stood up and said. Hua Chuanhua's attitude towards Shen Pan'er was quite good. She knew that Shen Pan'er usually didn't say things casually. Since she said it, she must have her reasons. Therefore she asked patiently, Pan'er, tell me, why can't we let third aunt wash it? Grandmother, think about it. If cousin Yun'er finds out that you let her mother wash the clothes, will she come and cause trouble for us again? If she splashes feces all over the yard, we'll be in trouble. When Hua Chuanhua heard this, she furrowed her brows. She was worried that what Shen Pan'er said would happen. Zhao Baoshan chimed in. That's enough. This has nothing to do with third brother's wife. Naturally, it's not up to her to wash the clothes. Zhao Baoshan was the most authoritative figure in old Zhao's family. Even Hua Chuanhua couldn't refute his words. Zhao Xinhui pouted. Father, if you don't let third aunt wash these clothes, I won't wash them. They're so disgusting. Obviously, Zhao Xinhui was not concerned that Liang Jinqiao had to wash her clothes, but that someone had to help her wash them. The other women in old Zhao's family were not fools either. Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, they hurriedly said, Auntie, you can't let us wash the clothes stained with feces. We're disgusted too. Yes, it's so disgusting that I can't even eat, let alone wash it. We can do ordinary chores, but you'd better wash these clothes yourself. Sigh, Auntie, it's hard for ordinary people to touch these things. In the future, I'll help you wash your clothes. this time. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she looked at her sisters-in-law angrily. All of them were afraid that she would push this matter to them. If they didn't help, wouldn't they be washing her own clothes? Zhao Xinhui found it hard to accept. Unfortunately, if she was wearing ordinary clothes, she would probably have thrown them away. How could she bear to part with these beautiful clothes made of cloud brocade? You should solve your own problems. You should wash your own clothes. Don't think about troubling others. You're a grown-up girl, but you don't do any chores. Everyone in the family dotes on you. This time, your clothes are so dirty. You can't be thinking about others. You find it disgusting, but don't others find it disgusting as well? Zhao Baoshan sounded a little stern. Chapter 329. Hua Chunhua's heart ached as she looked at her daughter. Zhao Xinhui's aggrieved expression made Hua Chunhua very upset. She only had one precious daughter. So what if she spoiled her all the time? So what if she didn't do any chores? There were so many women in the family. Her precious daughter naturally didn't need to interfere. It's fine. Mother will wash you later. I'll make sure you're clean. After Hua Chunhua said this, Zhao Xinhui's bitter expression finally eased a little. She smiled at Hua Chunhua and said, "Mother, thank you. You're so good to me." "Of course. You're my precious daughter. If I don't treat you well, who else should I treat well? Let's go. Let's go change your clothes. I'm going to die." Old woman, Hui's clothes must be washed by her own hands. Don't help her wash them. She's already so old. If she doesn't do anything when she marries into her husband's family, won't they say that our old Zhao family didn't educate her well? If you continue to spoil her like this, she'll definitely be spoiled rotten. Zhao Baoshan snorted as he spoke and glared sharply at Zhao Xinhui. "Father." Zhao Xinhui bit her chin, feeling aggrieved. "Old man, what's wrong with me helping Hui wash her clothes? Our Hui is going to marry into a rich family and become a young mistress. She definitely doesn't need to do these chores. How is it that Hui didn't educate her well? Must she do manual chores?" Hua Chunhua defended her. "You're dreaming, right? It's already good enough for Hui to marry into a family like our old Zhao family. You still want her to marry into a rich family? Don't you know how old she is? Today, she must wash her own clothes. Later, she'll have to learn how to do some chores in the old Zhao family." Zhao Baoshan said and went into the house. It seemed that he didn't want to talk to Hua Chunhua anymore. The daughters-in-law of old Zhao's other branches were somewhat gloating. For so many years, their sister-in-law had been waited on all day and did nothing. It was inevitable that they felt somewhat unhappy. They agreed with what Zhao Baoshan said. At Zhao Xinhui's age, her looks were a little better, but if she wanted to marry into a rich family, she wouldn't be able to. Only Hua Chunhua treated Zhao Xinhui as a treasure and thought that Zhao Xinhui was destined to be a young mistress. "Mother, what should we do?" Zhao Xinhui asked angrily. "Hui, you know your father's temper as well. You have to do as he says so that he won't get angry." "Mother." All right. Let's go and wash it. Draw a few more buckets of water. We won't be able to wash it clean all of a sudden. Eldest brother, second brother, go and fetch the water." Hua Chunhua called out. Zhao Wenshui declined. "Mother, we haven't eaten yet. I'm tired from working all day. I don't have the energy to fetch water. Mother, you know that my body isn't very good. You and younger sister will probably use a lot of water. I don't think I can move it." Zhao Wenshui hurriedly found an excuse when he heard Zhao Wenshui's words. Hua Chunhua was about to throw a tantrum when Zhao Wenhua said, "Mother, I'll go then." Zhao Wenhua went into the kitchen, took the buckets of water, and walked towards the river. "Eldest brother, second brother, look at how lazy you are. You guys don't do anything. Sometimes, you should learn from third brother." This time, Hua Chunhua said something to the third branch, which was rare for her. After all, Zhao Wenhua was her biological son. It was normal for her to be biased. Sometimes, she felt that Zhao Wenhua was more filial and would inevitably be touched. Chapter 330. Li Chueying said. Seeing her man being scolded by Hua Chunhua, she couldn't help but feel a little uncomfortable. Don't talk about should or shouldn't. Anyway, eldest brother and second brother are sometimes heartless. After Hua Chunhua finished speaking, she went into the house. She prepared to take a good bath. The smell was really unbearable. Mother, I'd better go to the river to wash. This can't be washed clean in the bathtub, Zhao Xinhui said. No matter how many times she washed the bathtub, there would probably be some residue. Of course, she couldn't wash it too many times. After all, it wasn't easy to carry water back. How can you wash by the river? If this is seen by others, your reputation won't be good. Hua Chunhua frowned and reminded him. After all, Zhao Xinhui was still a virgin and unmarried girl. Even if she was married and someone saw her bathing, she would be laughed at. Mother, it's okay. I'll be careful and not let anyone see. I'll wash upstream. There aren't many people there. Won't you catch a cold? What if you catch a cold? Hua Chunhua still looked a little worried. However, Zhao Xinhui said firmly, Mother, it's fine if I catch a cold. It's better than being smelly to death, right? All right then. Be careful. Don't let anyone see you. Got it, Mother. Zhao Xinhui ran into the house and took a set of clean clothes. She put it in a bag and brought it with her. She would wash up by the river later and change into clean clothes directly. After Zhao Xinhui left and Hua Chunhua went into the house, the stench in old Zhao's yard faded a little. However, the smell of feces on the ground still wafted out from time to time. Looking at the feces in the yard, old Zhao's family members didn't want to clean it up. They felt disgusted. They didn't even have the appetite to eat dinner. They didn't know if Zhao Yun splashed feces into the yard when she splashed the water. Anyway, it was safer not to eat. However, if they didn't eat, they would starve. Shen Pan carried Zhao Yangyang into the house. She really couldn't stand the stench and disgusting scene outside. Zhao Yangyang looked at Shen Pan pitifully. Mother, I'm hungry. It's fine. Mother has food. Bring some snacks for Yangyang. Shen Pan said as she pulled out some pastries from the cabinet. These were all good things, and they were not available in the countryside. If her aunt saw it, she would probably snatch it and eat it, so she hid it and didn't show it. Now that Zhao Yangyang was hungry, she made some food for Zhao Yangyang. Her parents had asked Zhao Tianlong to bring the pastries back. From time to time, her parents would give her some good pastries. If he really relied on old Zhao's family, he didn't know what kind of hard life he would have to endure these years. Zhao Yangyang ate the pastries happily. Zhao Tianlong said, Pander, you haven't eaten dinner yet. Eat some pastries to fill your stomach. Otherwise, I'll be hungry. Shen Pan shook her head. It's fine. Leave it for Yangyang. Why don't you eat something so that you won't go hungry tonight? Zhao Tianlong walked over to Shen Pan and pulled her into his embrace with heartache. Pan, you're the best. You've suffered by following me. When I pass the exams, I'll definitely treat you well. It's fine. It's not bitter. Shen Pan snuggled into Zhao Tianlong's embrace. I believe that you'll be successful, so I don't feel bitter. Zhao Tianlong was exceptionally moved. He hugged the person in his embrace even tighter. Come, eat some snacks. Shen Pan pulled Zhao Tianlong. Chapter 331. Shen Pan blushed and leaned against Zhao Tianlong's chest. She whispered, Hubby, when did you learn to be so indecent? I'm only decent when I'm outside. Why should I be decent when I'm with my wife? Zhao Tianlong whispered into Shen Pan's ear. His warm breath landed on Shen Pan's neck and tickled her. Her body also reacted. Hubby, let's wait until Yangyang is asleep. We have to be quiet. Yes, I know. He was a man after all. Thinking that he would be away for a long time this time, Zhao Tianlong was prepared to do it all night. Shen Pan suddenly thought of something and said to Zhao Tianlong, Hubby, when you go to town tomorrow, let Yun'er's donkey send you. It's only 30 copper coins. We'll pay for it ourselves. Grandmother probably won't pay for it. If there's a conflict now, I'm afraid you'll be the one who gets tired. Zhao Tianlong nodded. Okay, then we'll pay for it ourselves. Yes. Hubby, I feel that Yun'er is a little different now. You have to build a good relationship with her. Don't get too close, But don't offend her either. What Zhao Yuner had done today, Zhao Tianlong had also seen it and agreed. Okay, I know. Zhao Yuner carried the dung bucket and returned home. Although she wasn't splashed with dung, there was still a faint stench. After handling dung for so long, it was normal for her body to be stained with the stench. No, she had to take a shower and change her clothes. When Zhao Yuner returned, Mu Lianfeng welcomed her. He smiled at Zhao Yuner and said, Miss Yuner, are you done with your big matter? When Mu Lianfeng said that, Zhao Yuner felt a little guilty. If Mu Lianfeng knew what she did, who knew what Mu Lianfeng would think? I'm done. What's wrong? Zhao Yuner asked. Nothing, I was just asking. I saw that you were gone for quite a while. Mu Lianfeng took a few more steps forward. Zhao Yuner hurriedly stepped back, afraid that Mu Lianfeng would smell the smell on her body. When Mu Lianfeng saw that Zhao Yuner was deliberately avoiding him, he was slightly stunned, and a trace of sadness appeared in his eyes. Did Zhao Yuner hate him? So she wanted to keep a distance from him? Miss Yuner, why are you hiding from me? Mu Lianfeng thought for a while, but still managed to sniff her out. He felt uncomfortable keeping this matter bottled up in his heart. As a man, he should be more direct. No. I'm not hiding from you. Zhao Yuner quickly explained. Did he make Mu Lianfeng misunderstand him again? But why is Miss Yuner keeping such a distance from me? Zhao Yuner frowned. Sure enough, this guy was thinking too much. In order to make Mu Lianfeng not think too much, Zhao Yuner still told him the matter. At most, it would be a little embarrassing. It was fine. Young Master Mu. I got feces just now, so I'm afraid that there will be a smell on my body. If you get close to me, won't you be smelly? After Zhao Yuner finished speaking, the corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth curled up. His originally depressed mood finally improved a lot. However, looking at Zhao Yuner's serious expression when she explained to him, Mu Lianfeng felt that the Zhao Yuner in front of him was unusually cute. So he took a step forward and arrived in front of Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner was so scared that she took a few steps back. Unfortunately, she was already in the corner and couldn't move at all. Chapter 332. Zhao Yuner's head was under Mu Lianfeng's chin. There was a huge difference in height between the two of them. Zhao Yuner was surrounded by Mu Lianfeng's scent. Her mind went blank for a moment before she reacted. Was Mu Lianfeng crazy? What was he trying to do? They were so close to each other. Could it be that he wanted to do something to her? Countless thoughts popped up in Zhao Yuner's mind. She tightened her clothes a little nervously. On second thought, if Mu Lianfeng really wanted to do something to her, it didn't seem like she would be at a disadvantage. Mu Gongzi, what are you trying to do? Don't be rash. Let's talk things over. Mu Lianfeng was amused by Zhao Yuner. Was she imagining things? Mu Lianfeng was afraid that he would scare Zhao Yuner, so he gently explained, Yuner, I want you to know that I won't despise you. If there's a smell on your body, then so be it. Don't be so far away from me. Zhao Yuner raised her head and looked at the man who was as tall as a mountain in front of her. She felt a little complicated. She didn't understand what Mu Lianfeng meant. What did it mean for Mu Lianfeng to treat her like this? Was she really thinking too much? Was it really okay to be so ambiguous? While Zhao Yuner was in a daze, Mu Lianfeng's hand uncontrollably moved toward Zhao Yuner's face. He gently touched Zhao Yuner's face. It was soft and very comfortable. Mu Lianfeng's sudden action also stunned Zhao Yuner. The strange thing was that she didn't dodge. Instead, she allowed Mu Lianfeng to touch her face. Instead, she enjoyed Mu Lianfeng's gentleness. The atmosphere between the two of them suddenly became much more ambiguous. Zhao Yuner screamed in her heart that she was crazy. Yuner. Mu Lianfeng murmured softly. Mu Lianfeng lowered his head to look at Zhao Yuner's face and Zhao Yuner's lips. He swallowed his saliva and had the urge to kiss Zhao Yuner. He knew that he couldn't do that. His remaining wits were controlling him. He was truly possessed. Why did he have such a strange feeling? Mu Lianfeng's breath blew on Zhao Yuner's face, making Zhao Yuner a little itchy. His heart couldn't help but thump. Zhao Yuner was pressed against the wall by Mu Lianfeng, and she couldn't get away. Mu Lianfeng's affectionate eyes made Zhao Yuner somewhat unable to control herself. Was it really okay to flirt with her like this? With such a handsome face, wasn't he afraid that she would turn into a hungry wolf? After all, she had been single for 2 lifetimes. She also wanted to be in a relationship and have a man. If she met someone she liked, she was really willing to consider it. "Daddy, Mommy, what are you doing?" Daodu came in from outside and asked curiously when he saw the two of them in such a position. Zhao Yun'er coughed awkwardly and reminded Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng very indifferently pushed a few steps forward and said to Daodu, "It's nothing. There was a mosquito circling around your mommy's head just now. Daddy helped to kill it." Daodu believed him and nodded heavily. "How about this?" "Thank you, Daddy. Mosquitoes are too annoying. They used to bite Daodu's arm a few times." "Yes, so we can't let your mommy get bitten." When Zhao Yun'er heard Mu Lianfeng's words, she secretly shook her head. Sure enough, these words could only fool a 3-year-old. Who would believe a normal person? "I'm going to take a shower first. You guys can go outside for a while. I'll be quick. If I don't take a shower, I'll probably feel uncomfortable. I'll cook for you guys after I'm done, so dinner might be a little late tonight. You guys won't be hungry, right?" "Mommy, it's okay. Daodu isn't hungry." Chapter 333. "Miss Yun'er, why don't you go and wash up first? I'm not very hungry. I ate a lot for lunch." Zhao Yun'er nodded. Since both of them said so, it was good. Zhao Yun'er hurried out of the house. She still felt very embarrassed when she thought about it. She couldn't help but think about how Mu Lianfeng treated her. On the other hand, Zhao Xinhui hurriedly ran to the river. She was afraid that she would meet someone on the way and acted like a thief. She couldn't be blamed for being too careful. She couldn't be careless at all. If someone saw her covered in feces and urine, they would laugh at her to death. Finally, they reached the riverside. Zhao Xinhui went upstream. The river here was slightly shallower. It only reached her thighs. The river water flowed down from the mountain. Zhao Xinhui looked around. After confirming that there was no one around, she put the clean clothes she prepared in the grass and slowly went into the river. As the river water washed away a lot of feces on her body, there were a few white and tender maggots floating on the river surface. Zhao Xinhui felt disgusted for a while. She hurriedly washed the feces and urine on her clothes. When she was almost done, she went ashore and took off her clothes. She still had to wash up properly. If she didn't take off her clothes, she wouldn't be able to wash clean. Although she was naked, at least there was no one around. No one could see her when she sank into the river. When she came, she brought some soap. It was enough to wash her clothes and wipe her body. Zhao Xinhui was afraid that even if she washed up, the smell on her body wouldn't go away immediately. The soap had a refreshing fragrance. At least it could neutralize the smell, so it wouldn't be so smelly. "So dirty, so smelly," Zhao Xinhui complained in her heart as she washed up. That little *tch Zhao Yun'er treated her like this. She definitely wouldn't let her have a good life. Zhao Xinhui didn't know that when she was washing in the river, she had been watched by a pair of eyes in the grass. After she washed her body from head to toe, she couldn't stand the coldness of the water anymore and went ashore. But when he got ashore, he was surprised to find that his clothes were gone. Not only were the clean clothes gone, but the brocade clothes were also gone. She wanted to rub it with the soap. He looked around but didn't find anything. Zhao Xinhui was a little nervous. Wasn't it obvious that someone had stolen his clothes? What should he do now? Now that she didn't even have a single piece of clothing, wouldn't she be trapped here and unable to go back? She didn't know when old Zhao's family would find out that she hadn't returned. She also didn't know how long it would take to find her. The main thing was that she couldn't stay here forever. If someone came, wouldn't she be seen naked? Where are the clothes? Where are my clothes? Who took my clothes? Zhao Xinhui muttered. She was so anxious that she almost cried. Mother ***, who's so wicked? If I find out who it is, I'll definitely peel off their skin and feed their flesh to the dogs. As soon as Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, she heard a rustling sound from the grass. After a while, a person suddenly came out, startling Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui hurriedly ran into the river again. She could only stay in the river so that she wouldn't be seen. The person who came was Lu San. Lu San smiled vulgarly and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Little girl, why are you hiding? I've seen you all over just now." Chapter 334. She also knew Lu San. After all, they were from the same village. Zhao Xinhui also knew some rumors about Lu San. How could her body be seen by such a disgusting person? Lu San smiled wretchedly again. "Little girl, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. Come here, I'll take good care of you." Zhao Xinhui saw Lu San's eyes staring straight at her, and she felt disgusted. If he was handsome, it would be fine, but she couldn't stand such an ugly man. "Hurry up and give me back my clothes," Zhao Xinhui ordered angrily. "That won't do, little girl. We haven't had enough fun yet. How can I give you back your clothes so quickly? What do you want?" Zhao Xinhui was angry and anxious. If this was seen by others, not to mention whether there would be any misunderstandings between her and Lu San, if word got out that she was seen by another man, she didn't know what would happen in the future. "Little girl, I don't want to do anything. Come up, and I'll give you the clothes." Lu San coaxed her with a smile and waved the clothes in his hand. Zhao Xinhui bit her lower lip and glared at Lu San angrily. "Just put down my clothes and get out of here. Tisk, tsk, tsk. Little girl, you have a hot temper. I like it. But if you don't come up, I won't give you the clothes. Little girl, it's cold in the water. It's uncomfortable. Hurry up and come up." Lu San thought that he had Zhao Xinhui's clothes in his hands, so he felt that he had something on Zhao Xinhui. He wasn't afraid that Zhao Xinhui wouldn't obey him obediently. Zhao Xinhui wasn't a fool. If she went up, what could a person like Lu San do to her? But if she didn't go up, Lu San wouldn't give her clothes. She couldn't stay in the water like this. "Lu San, don't go overboard. Otherwise, I'll tell Li Zheng about this and see if he will punish you," Zhao Xinhui threatened. Lu San pretended to be scared. Okay, little girl, forget it. I'll return the clothes to you. I'll leave them here. You can wear them yourself." Lu San put down his clothes and went into the grass. After a while, there was no movement. Zhao Yuner stayed for 2 or 3 minutes. After confirming that there was no sound, she went ashore and quickly put on her clothes. But as soon as she put it on, Lu San rushed out and pounced on Zhao Xinhui, pressing Zhao Xinhui under his body. "Hee, little girl, now I've caught you." Lu San laughed wretchedly. Zhao Xinhui exclaimed. How could he have known that this was a trap? After exclaiming, Zhao Xinhui quickly lowered her voice. Her voice was too loud and attracted other people. If they were seen, it would be over. "Get away from me. Little girl, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'll be gentle." As Lu San spoke, he started to get touchy with Zhao Xinhui. Looking at Zhao Xinhui's handsome face and white and tender body, Lu San felt a wave of heat on his body. He couldn't wait to take off his pants. Playing with such a woman would probably be very pleasurable, right? Zhao Xinhui's eyes were filled with fear. She knew a little about this kind of thing. If Lu San played with her, wouldn't her chastity be ruined? "Big brother, please, let me go. Don't touch me, okay?" Chapter 335. As he spoke, Lu San couldn't wait to bend down and touch her with his hands. Zhao Xinhui was a girl, so she couldn't struggle at all. She could only let Lu San touch her. The place where Lu San touched trembled. It was an indescribable feeling. This was the first time Lu San had touched such a beautiful woman like Zhao Xinhui, so he was in high spirits. Just as he was about to rush forward, he suddenly heard the voices of a few women not far away. Although he couldn't hear what the women were saying, the footsteps were getting closer and closer. They were walking in their direction. Lu San wasn't afraid of anything. If he was seen by others, he would have a witness to bully Zhao Xinhui, and he wouldn't be able to bear the consequences. Lu San hurriedly let go of Zhao Xinhui, who was on the ground, and slipped into the grass with his pants. Zhao Xinhui heaved a sigh of relief, but it was too late to put on her clothes. People were coming, and she didn't know if there were any men. She quickly went into the river again, and only her head was exposed. In less than a minute, a few women walked over and saw Zhao Xinhui in the water. "I knew there must be someone upstream. Look, This old Zhao's daughter is actually bathing in the river. Io, she's really so shameless. An unmarried girl bathing in the river. Isn't she afraid of being seen? Isn't that so? She doesn't know shame anyway. She probably thinks it doesn't matter if someone sees her. Sigh, if it was my daughter, wouldn't I be angered to death? The chatter of these women fell into Zhao Xinhui's ears. Zhao Xinhui couldn't bear to hear these women talk about her like that. Her temper immediately flared up. What does it have to do with you where I'm bathing? You're so nosy. Io, Zhao Xinhui, you lass, you're still acting so self-righteous. We can't control you if you're bathing here. Only your parents can discipline you for such a shameful and shameless thing. But Zhao Xinhui, you're in the wrong if you dirty the water downstream while you're bathing. We still have to wash the vegetables and clothes. You just dropped a lot of feces and maggots. Did you fall into a cesspool? Upon hearing the woman's question, Zhao Xinhui immediately felt guilty. She didn't expect that the dirty things she washed off her body would also flow downstream with the water. And these people actually came looking for him. She had been splashed with feces, so she had pretty much fallen into a cesspool. What nonsense are you talking about? What do you mean by I fell into a cesspool? What do you mean by I dirted the water? Don't casually accuse others, okay? Zhao Xinhui quibbled. You're the only one upstream. Who else could it be? Zhao Xinhui, if you fell into a cesspit, then you fell into a cesspit. You're too embarrassed to admit it. Ah, look, there's still some feces on her clothes. Now you have nothing to say, right? How wicked. She even dirted the water. How can someone do such a thing? Sigh. Isn't it embarrassing to say it out loud? This is the first time I've seen such a weirdo. No wonder she can't get married even though she's already so old. Who would dare to want such a woman? These women were merciless when they criticized her. They belittled Zhao Xinhui to the point that she was useless. Zhao Xinhui was so angry that she was going crazy. This was too much. However, her mouth was no match for these women's mouths. Chapter 336. This was the first time she had seen someone fall into a **T pit. It wasn't easy for her to find something to laugh about. Naturally, she couldn't stop laughing when she encountered it. Forget it, forget it. Zhao Xinhui, we won't argue with you. Take your time to wash up. It's best if you wash up properly. Don't keep the smell of feces on your body. That's right. Rub it hard. No man wants a girl if she stinks. Ha ha ha. After having enough fun, these people slowly dispersed. Zhao Xinhui had never been humiliated by such people. Even if she had fallen into a **T pit, she wouldn't have been so angry. After those people left, Zhao Xinhui hurriedly went ashore and put on her clothes. Youngest aunt, youngest aunt. Zhao Xinhui heard Zhao Ping'er calling her. Zhao Ping'er went to Zhao Xinhui and heaved a sigh of relief. Youngest aunt, Grandma asked me to come over and take a look. You've been washing for so long. Why haven't you gone back yet? I also came over to wash my clothes. Zhao Ping'er said with a hint of flattery in her tone. You're done washing up so quickly. Zhao Xinhui glanced at Zhao Ping'er. Wasn't this too fast? Zhao Ping'er smiled and took a step forward. Yes, youngest aunt. I've washed a few times. Zhao Xinhui took a few steps back in disgust and said fiercely to Zhao Ping'er, Go away, go away. Don't come near me. You've only washed a few times. How is it clean? You're so dirty. Don't touch me with your dirty hands. Zhao Ping'er pursed her lips. So be it if she didn't want to come near her. Did she really think that she wanted to get close to her? She despised her for being dirty, but she had also been splashed with feces. It was really the pot calling the kettle black. She didn't know how Zhao Xinhui felt. Youngest aunt, are you done washing your clothes? You should go back quickly, or Grandma will be worried. Zhao Yuner said. Zhao Xinhui stuffed the wet clothes into Zhao Ping'er's hands and said to Zhao Ping'er, Here, here. Help me wash them. I'm going back. It's so cold. Zhao Xinhui's tone didn't allow Zhao Ping'er to refuse. But auntie, our master said to let you wash it yourself. Zhao Ping'er pouted, her face filled with reluctance. What right did she have to bully her? Zhao Xinhui didn't want to wash it, but she didn't want to either. It was so dirty that it would probably be disgusting to wash it. If we don't say anything, who will know? Why do you have so much nonsense to say? Zhao Xinhui glared at Zhao Ping'er. Zhao Ping didn't dare to offend Zhao Xinhui, so she could only purse her lips and nod. Okay then, youngest aunt, I'll wash it. There's still soap on the ground. Wash it clean for me. My clothes are expensive. Don't ruin them. After Zhao Xinhui said that, she swaggered away. Lu San, who was guarding in the bushes, felt that it was a pity that Zhao Xinhui left. However, he couldn't do anything to the two girls just now. Fortunately, Zhao Xinhui was gone, but Zhao Ping'er was still there. Lu San could only see Zhao Ping'er's back. Seeing that Zhao Ping'er's figure was quite good, he licked his lips. He couldn't miss this opportunity again. Thus, he carefully crawled out of the bushes and walked towards Zhao Ping'er. He approached Zhao Ping'er gently and hugged her from behind. Zhao Ping'er was shocked. Who are you? Little girl, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. I just want to do something comfortable with you. Lu San laughed vulgarly. However, she suddenly smelled a stench. Chapter 337. This stench seemed to be coming from Zhao Ping'er's body. The closer he got, the stronger the stench became. Lu San felt nauseous. Why was this woman so smelly? Lu San's original desire dissipated a lot. But he especially wanted to play with this woman. She was a little smelly, but at least she was a human. Compared to his own wife, Lu San was more willing to play with Zhao Ping'er. Zhao Ping'er was hugged by the man, and she immediately understood what Lu San meant by comfortable. Let go of me. You want to take advantage of me? No way. Zhao Ping'er turned around and spat on Lu San's face. This saliva just happened to spray on Lu San's face. This saliva made Lu San very disgusted. Compared to the stench on her body, it was a little smelly. Lu San felt strange. Why was a woman smelly everywhere? Not only was her body smelly, but her mouth was also smelly. In this way, how could he make a move on her? What made Lu San lose interest was when he saw Zhao Ping'er's face. The eye-catching birthmark on her face startled Lu San, who looked like a ghost. Lu San took a few steps back and patted his chest, as if he was still in shock. After seeing Zhao Ping'er's face, Lu San could only admire any man who could make a move on her. You stinky woman, who wants to make a move on you? You're really unlucky. You're smelly and ugly. As Lu San spoke, he patted his clothes dispiritedly, nodded, and left. It was all those women's fault. He didn't get Zhao Xinhui because of them. He wouldn't want Zhao Ping, or even if she offered herself to him. After Lu San left, although no one took advantage of her, Zhao Ping felt even worse than being taken advantage of. He sniffed his own body, wanting to know if it was really that smelly. If he smelled it carefully, he could indeed smell it. But she had already washed it a few times. She couldn't possibly wash it again, right? Moreover, boiling hot water was a waste of firewood. Her grandmother wouldn't let her wash too much. As for her face, what could she do? Was she to be blamed for being ugly? Lu San's words, "Who wants to mess with her?" were still lingering in her mind. Was there really no man who wanted her in this lifetime? She really couldn't get married? Zhao Ping'er fell into an unprecedented melancholy and began to doubt herself. The next morning, Zhao Yun drove her little donkey to Aunt Lu's house. Early in the morning, the donkey looked as if it hadn't woken up yet. It looked reluctant, and Zhao Yun couldn't pull it away even when she pulled on the rope. Although he wasn't big, his strength wasn't weak. Xiao Mao, what's wrong? Why are you throwing a tantrum? Zhao Yun patted Xiao Mao's head. However, Furry dodged somewhat arrogantly. Hey, you're really throwing a tantrum. Do you not want to help me get people? Xiao Mao blinked as if it was nodding. This little bee asterisk starred. Zhao Yun deeply suspected that she had bought a donkey spirit back. It probably wouldn't work if she forced Xiao Mao to leave. This little donkey had a temper. Zhao Yun could only coax it. Xiao Mao, do you know? When I was at my most difficult time, it was Aunt Lu's family who helped me. Now that Uncle Lu is sick and has to go to Yang City, you have to help me get people to see a doctor. Be good. I'll make braised pork for you when you come back. Xiao Mao considered for a moment and didn't make a fuss. It cooperated with Zhao Yun and walked towards Aunt Lu's house. Chapter 338. Fortunately, the donkey agreed. Otherwise, they would not be able to send Aunt Lu to Yang City today. When they reached Aunt Lu's house, Lu Shan carried Uncle Lu out. Zhao Yun cushioned the cart with some straw. This way, it would be softer and Uncle Lu would not feel uncomfortable lying on it. Xueqi, your little donkey seems a little small. Can it fit the three of us? There's also a bullfrog that weighs dozens of catties. Being questioned by Aunt Lu, little Mao barked a few times at Aunt Lu. Yun girl, what's wrong with your little donkey? Aunt Lu was stunned. She had never seen a donkey like this. Zhao Yun seemed to understand why little Mao barked at Aunt Lu. Little Mao was probably angry because Aunt Lu doubted its ability. Thus, she patted little Mao's head and smiled at Aunt Lu. Aunt Lu, don't underestimate my little Mao because it's small. It's very strong. When the time comes, it can run very fast even if it pulls the three of us. Zhao Yun was just bragging about Xiao Mao to satisfy Xiao Mao's vanity. When little Mao pulled them, if it was not like Zhao Yun bragging, it would be embarrassing itself. Of course, it was also good to dampen little Mao's spirit and make it control its temper. Haha, how about this? It doesn't look very big, but it's actually so powerful. Yun, then your money was well spent. I think so too, Zhao Yun replied. This donkey spirit was indeed not something that could be bought with 1 or 2 taels of silver. Mother, if you can't do it alone, let Yun bring a letter back. We'll go then. Lu Shan reminded before leaving. Aunt Lu nodded. I know. Don't worry. I'll take good care of your father. The little donkey ran, which was beyond Zhao Yun's expectations. It really ran quite fast. It ran faster than when it pulled Zhao Yun along. Soon, Zhao Yun and Auntie Lu arrived at Yang City. Xiao Mao. There are many people in the city. Slow down. Don't run into people. Zhao Yun said to Xiao Mao. They had already seen its ability, so there was no need for it to show off in front of her and Aunt Lu. The streets of Yang City were not like the countryside. People came and went. If some people did not move out of the way in time, they would probably be hit. Although Xiao Mao's speed and lethality were not as good as a horse carriage, if it hit someone, it would still be troublesome. She didn't have that much money to pay for his medical bills. However, Xiao Mao completely ignored Zhao Yun's words and continued to rush forward with an arrogant look. Zhao Yun was a little tired and speechless. Damn it, she bought a little donkey, but it was still disobedient and had to be coaxed. How was she going to coax Xiao Mao to stop now? Zhao Yun's eyes turned, and she patted Xiao Mao's butt. Xiao Mao, I know you're strong, but seeing you run such a long distance makes my heart ache. If you tire yourself out, I'll cry to death. Anyway, we're not in a hurry. Slow down. Aunt Lu finally came here. Why don't you let her see the bustling streets? Xiao Mao slowed down a little, as if it had heard Zhao Yun's words. Zhao Yun sighed in relief. As expected, Xiao Mao had to be like this. However, before Zhao Yun could relax for a minute, a horse carriage came running from the side. Move, move. The person driving the carriage shouted. Chapter 339. After taking a look, it turned its head away arrogantly and could not be bothered with the carriage that was running over. Zhao Yun was instantly anxious. Was little Mao tired of living? Didn't it see the carriage rushing over? It was such a big carriage. If it was hit, wouldn't it send their donkey cart flying? Uncle Lu's illness might not have caused him to lose his life, but in the end, this time, he was hit to death. Just thinking about it made Zhao Yun feel a little vexed. Little Mao, you can't be too willful at this time. Quickly move aside. Little Mao, don't be willful, okay? My life is in your hands now. Little Mao, okay, I beg you. Can you move aside? I'll make some red braised pork for you to eat later. Furry still had an unhappy look on its face. Zhao Yun was a little anxious. This little beast was too disobedient. It was even harder to discipline than a naughty child. It was not moved by force or persuasion. Seeing that the carriage was getting closer and closer, Zhao Yun could not abandon the carriage and jump down. Moreover, Uncle Lu was still in the carriage. She could not jump down together with Uncle Lu. This little Mao. She must discipline it later. It would cause trouble for her at the crucial moment. As the carriage got closer and closer, the coachman on the carriage was already shouting. The donkey in front, quickly move aside. You're running so slowly and blocking the middle of the road. Are you tired of living? If you know what's good for you, quickly move aside. Don't block the path of my young mistress. After hearing the coachman's shouting, Zhao Yun frowned and felt a little unhappy. Even if she was blocking the path, this path was for everyone to take. What right did he have to have such an attitude? Couldn't he speak properly? Little Mao seemed to have understood what the coachman behind it said and rushed forward even faster. The carriage that was slowly approaching was actually left far behind by Xiao Mao. Zhao Yun was also a little confused by this sudden situation. Was she hallucinating? Why did little Mao's short legs seem to be flying? This speed was even faster than a horse carriage. Zhao Yun could roughly guess that because of the coachman's words, Xiao Mao's self-esteem was hurt. Therefore, he ran even faster than the horse carriage to save some face. Zhao Yun was really afraid that little Mao would be exhausted. It was completely beyond common sense. Yun girl, why is your little donkey flying? Auntie Lu was also surprised. Zhao Yun spread her hands and said, I don't know, maybe Xiao Mao is more powerful. Zhao Yun couldn't explain it for a while. I think Furry has become a spirit. Only a donkey spirit can fly like this. It was really possible. After all, everything about Xiao Mao was beyond common sense. A beast that could understand human language. The donkey that only ate grass actually liked to eat meat? At this moment, he even ran past a horse. The coachman behind was also stunned by little Mao. He rubbed his eyes in disbelief. This donkey can run faster than a horse? And such a small one? God. The world was starting to become a little chaotic. What's wrong? A woman's voice came from the carriage and asked the coachman. Me. Young mistress, there's a little donkey running in front of us. Then overtake it. Don't block my way. Chapter 340. The person in the carriage was silent for a few seconds. Then, she lifted the curtains and looked ahead. What she saw shocked her. How could this be? However, when she caught a glimpse of the familiar figure on the donkey cart, the woman's eyebrows knitted together. She muttered, It's her. Murong Shuang ordered the coachman, Hurry up and overtake them. Isn't it embarrassing to be left behind by a little donkey? The coachman was a little embarrassed. He quickly waved his whip and rushed forward. This time they really had to fight. A horse could not outrun a donkey. They would definitely be laughed at when they returned. Zhao Yun, who was sitting on the donkey cart, shouted at the top of her lungs. Everyone make way. Sorry, make way. Don't bump into you. I'm really sorry. My Xiao Mao has gone crazy. Xiao Mao was a little dissatisfied with Zhao Yun's comment. What did she mean by it going crazy? She was clearly trying to save face, okay? It had to let the other horses know how powerful it was and not to underestimate it. The carriage behind them sped up, but it still kept a distance from Xiao Mao. Zhao Yun was a little anxious. They couldn't keep running. Xiao Mao, stop at the intersection in front. We've arrived at our destination. Don't let me pass you. Xiao Mao had been showing off for a while and showed the carriage that they couldn't outrun it. When it heard Zhao Yun's words, it really stopped at the intersection in front. Zhao Yun thought that the carriage would pass by if she made way. However, she didn't expect the carriage to suddenly stop as well. Zhao Yun looked at the carriage vigilantly. Could it be that the person inside was angry from embarrassment and wanted to cause trouble for her? With worry in her heart, Zhao Yun saw a woman coming down from the carriage. It was Murong Shuang. This world was really small. This woman couldn't stand her. She was most likely here to cause trouble. As expected, Murong Shuang walked in front of Zhao Yun. She raised her head and said to Zhao Yun, How dare you block my carriage? Do you want to die? Zhao Yun felt that Murong Shuang was just looking for trouble, so she replied with some displeasure. Miss, I'll have to trouble you to speak clearly. If you want to cause trouble, Just say it. Don't use this excuse. What do you mean I'm blocking your way? Is this road yours? Is your carriage faster than my Xiao Mao's? If that's not the case, why do you say I'm blocking your way? Zhao Yun'er's words were reasonable, and Murong Shuang naturally had no reason to refute. However, she was looking for trouble with Zhao Yun'er. She said with a temper, I am a noble lady. You are just a countrywoman. Naturally, you can't run in front of me. If I ask you to give way, you have to give way. Zhao Yun'er sneered. Aren't you being too unreasonable? Can't people from the countryside walk on this road? Then the government will set up a checkpoint. Those who aren't as noble as you, miss, shouldn't come here. Zhao Yun'er and Murong Shuang's argument attracted a lot of onlookers. Xiao Mao's performance just now was too attractive. So when Xiao Mao stopped, the people on the road came over curiously. Hearing the conversation between Zhao Yun'er and Murong Shuang, they were dissatisfied with Murong Shuang. That's right. This girl is right. The road is built by the government. Everyone can walk on it. Now, she's using her status to oppress others. Where does this logic come from? Hee. Isn't she just relying on her status as a miss? Does she think that everyone can give in to her? Chapter 341. Sigh, this girl is so pitiful. Looks like she's going to be bullied. What else can she do? She can only admit that she's unlucky. Murong Shuang heard the people around her talking about her and looked at Zhao Yun'er angrily. She didn't expect this woman to be so good at fanning the flames. With her words, the onlookers were all on her side. Instead, she was called overbearing and unreasonable. Murong Shuang sized up Zhao Yun'er in front of her. She really underestimated her. Don't think that you can be so arrogant in front of me just because you know my cousin. Murong Shuang still had the attitude of a rich lady and reprimanded Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er only found it funny. Miss, you're the arrogant one. When have I ever been arrogant? Am I not trying to reason with you? That's right. You're the one who's arrogant and unreasonable. Why are you talking about her? So what if you're a rich lady? Can't we, the common people, even walk on the road? Do we have to give way when we see you? Reprimands came from all directions. Murong Shuang felt that she had become the target of public criticism for a moment. Naturally, she put the blame on Zhao Yun'er. If it weren't for Zhao Yun'er, this situation wouldn't have happened. She raised her hand and wanted to slap Zhao Yun'er. Her hand was stopped in mid-air. Zhao Yun'er felt that Murong Shuang was too much of a bully. She must be sick in the head. Did she really think that she was a persimmon that could be bullied? Miss, let's talk nicely. Why do you have to resort to violence? There are so many people watching. Don't act like a shrew on the street and ruin your image. Zhao Yun'er held Murong Shuang's hand as she spoke. She tightened her grip on her arm. She couldn't be bullied for no reason. She had to teach Murong Shuang a lesson. Zhao Yun'er held Murong Shuang's arm. No one could tell what was going on, but it was enough to make Murong Shuang feel pain. Ah, bitch, it hurts. Let go of me. How dare you treat me like this? Do you want to die? Murong Shuang warned. You must be joking. I was just defending myself. If I didn't stop you, wouldn't I have been beaten up by you for nothing? I can let you go, but you have to promise not to attack again. Zhao Yun'er's eyes flashed with a shrewd light. Murong Shuang was the one who was going to suffer. B***tise. Murong Shuang said through gritted teeth. She raised her other hand and was about to slap Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er felt that her temper was not bad, but at this moment, she could not stand Murong Shuang. What the F***ck? Are you trying to hit me? Did he think that she was easy to bully? If she didn't teach her a lesson, she wouldn't know how powerful she was. The onlookers were originally worried that Zhao Yun'er would be slapped, but they did not expect that when the sound of a slap rang out, it was Murong Shuang who was slapped instead. Zhao Yun'er also raised her hand and slapped Murong Shuang's face. Her action was swift, and it happened in the blink of an eye. However, the sound was very loud. Slap! The onlookers heard it clearly. A red palm print suddenly appeared on Murong Shuang's fair and tender face. Murong Shuang was stunned by Zhao Yun'er's sudden action. It was only when she felt the burning pain on her face that she realized that she had been slapped by Zhao Yuner. Chapter 342. At first, Murong Shuang felt wronged enough. However, the people around her started to shout, "Well done! Such an unreasonable person needs to be taught a lesson." "What, miss? Don't vent your anger on irrelevant people when you're outside. She's not your servant. Why should she give in to you?" This time, not only was she beaten, but she was also humiliated. "Miss, you'd better leave now. The more people there are, the more humiliated you will be." Murong Shuang was frightened by Zhao Yuner's words. Being beaten was a small matter, but a person of her status could not afford to be humiliated. She glared at Zhao Yuner unwillingly. "Just you wait." Seeing Murong Shuang leave, Zhao Yuner breathed a sigh of relief. "Aunt Lu, let's go. Send Uncle Lu to the medical center," Zhao Yuner said. "Okay," Auntie Lu replied. Looking at the direction Murong Shuang left, she was a little worried. It was all her fault. What if she caused trouble for Zhao Yuner in the future? What if she caused trouble for Zhao Yuner in the future? Seeing Aunt Lu's worry, Zhao Yuner comforted her. "It's okay, Aunt Lu. She won't do anything to me. I didn't do anything. She can't violate the laws of our Dezhou country to harm me, right?" Aunt Lu sighed. "Little Yuner, that's what you say, but it's better if we don't offend people with such status. What if they play some tricks? What would we do?" "It's useless to worry now. Let nature take its course." "Oh, okay." Zhao Yuner sent Uncle Lu to the medical center. She estimated that he would have to stay in Yang City for a few days for treatment. After all, the illness could not be cured in a short time. Fortunately, she could send Bullfrog every day now. She had a daily income, so she was not worried about Uncle Lu's medical expenses. He went to the Fulian restaurant to deliver Bullfrog because he was delayed by Uncle Lu, so he was a little late today. When Zhao Yuner arrived at the entrance of the restaurant, she unexpectedly saw Qin Hailan. Qin Hailan was carrying a basket on her back and was walking out of the restaurant with a cheerful look on her face. What was she doing here? A bad premonition rose in Zhao Yuner's heart. As soon as Qin Hailan went out, she bumped into Zhao Yuner, which was also unexpected. "Why are you here?" Zhao Yuner asked. She thought that it had something to do with Bullfrog. This woman probably knew that she had sent Bullfrog to Fulian restaurant, so she sent him here herself. However, she had signed a contract with Sun Zhongquan in the past, so this Bullfrog could only be accepted by her. In addition, she had sent a lot of food over these days. Sun Zhongquan wouldn't accept Mulan's gifts, right? Qin Hailan was a little guilty at first, but then she calmed down and replied unhappily, "Why can't I come? Could it be that this restaurant belongs to your family? You're the only one who can come, and others can't come." Looking at Qin Hailan's arrogant clamor, Zhao Yuner frowned. "Qin Hailan, you know what I mean. Stop pretending." "Who's pretending with you? I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy." Qin Hailan rolled her eyes at Zhao Yuner and wanted to leave. Zhao Yuner grabbed Qin Hailan. Chapter 343. The guests in Fulian all looked in the direction of Zhao Yuner and Qin Hailan. "This woman." The waiter of the restaurant ran over and said to Zhao Yuner and Qin Hailan, "Our restaurant still needs to do business. If you two want to make trouble, then run away. Don't do it in front of the restaurant." "Little brother, I'm not making trouble. You see, she's the one who pulled me. If you want to blame someone, then blame her." Zhao Yuner sneered. "How interesting." She pushed Qin Hailan away, and Qin Hailan fell heavily to the ground. She warned Qin Hailan, "It's best that nothing happened, otherwise I won't let you off." "Hey you!" Qin Hailan was also a little annoyed. If it weren't for the sake of money, she would have already made trouble with Zhao Yuner. Sun Zhongquan had previously told her not to let Zhao Yuner know about this matter. "Humph, forget it, I won't argue with you." Qin Hailan patted her sleeves and left. Zhao Yuner also entered Sun Zhongquan's restaurant. Sun Zhongquan smiled and said to Zhao Yuner, "Yuner girl, why are you a little late today? You usually come here at this time." "I was delayed by something today," Zhao Yuner replied. Sun Zhongquan helped Zhao Yuner weigh the bullfrog, and then paid the money. Zhao Yuner couldn't help but ask, "Shopkeeper, the two of us agreed before that you can only buy the bullfrog for me, and can't buy it from others. You didn't forget, right?" Sun Zhongquan awkwardly pulled out a smile. "Of course, I remember. Yuner girl, you suddenly said that. What do you mean?" Zhao Yuner knew that even if she questioned Sun Zhongquan would not admit it. After all, they didn't catch him on the spot. Zhao Yuner smiled. "It's nothing. It's good that the shopkeeper remembers it. I just want to remind you that you can't casually buy this bullfrog from someone else. If something happens one day, don't look for me to take responsibility." Sun Zhongquan smiled embarrassedly, feeling even more guilty. Would something go wrong? It shouldn't be. Qin Hailan had been sending bullfrog for some time now, and she didn't see any problems. Sun Zhongquan sighed. Forget it, it's better not to think about it. It shouldn't be a big deal. After all, he couldn't refuse the bullfrog that Qin Hailan had sent over. What if Qin Hailan found another restaurant and sold it to them? Wouldn't they be competing with their Fulin restaurant for business? The specialty of his restaurant would be gone. Zhao Yuner returned to the village at around 10 o'clock. At noon, she made some twice-cooked pork and fried it with garlic. It tasted very delicious. It was a thin slice that was half fat and half black, and it tasted exceptionally good. Then there was cabbage and tofu soup, and horsehead orchid stir-fried tofu jerky. The three of them ate very contentedly. Zhao Yuner especially bought more meat back. She had promised Xiao Mao to give it more meat to eat, so she had to satisfy it. Xiao He saw Zhao Yuner's favoritism, and was very unhappy. It lay under the table and didn't want to come out to eat. Even when she brought the meat to Xiao He proudly didn't even smell it. Zhao Yuner felt even more tired. Xiao Mao needed to be coaxed, and Xiao He also needed to be coaxed. The two little beasts were like children. The main thing was that she couldn't be biased. If she treated one well, the other would immediately be unhappy. Chapter 344. Miss Yuner, why do you say that? Mu Lianfeng's chopsticks paused for a few seconds. Then he looked at Zhao Yuner and asked. You see, little animals are jealous of each other. If you treat one well, the other one will be unhappy. If you have 2 or more children, and one of them is good, the other one will be unhappy. So you might as well have a good child, and there's no need to be biased. Miss Yuner, do you mean that you only want to have Daodu as your child in the future? You won't have any other children, right? Zhao Yuner nodded. Yes. Anyway, my Daodu is cute and sensible enough. I'll give my love to Daodu in the future, and Daodu won't be jealous of his younger brother or sister. Although Zhao Yuner's words were reasonable, it was the first time that Mu Lianfeng had heard such words. In this era, every family had a litter of children, especially rich families. If they had more wives, they would have more grandchildren. It was normal for ordinary farmers to have 5 or 6 children. Only one child was really rare, unless it was infertile. Mu Lianfeng didn't know why, but there was a bit of sadness in his heart. If Zhao Yuner didn't want to continue having children, then if he married her one day, would there be no children between them? Seeing Mu Lianfeng in a daze, Zhao Yuner thought something was wrong, so she asked, Mr. Mu, what's wrong? Do you think I'm wrong? The corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth curled into a beautiful smile. Inadvertently, there was a hint of bitterness in his smile. Miss Yuner is right, but I think it's not a bad thing to have more children at home. A child is too lonely. If Daodu has a younger brother or sister, there will be someone to play with Daodu. Hearing that, Zhao Yuner fell silent for a while. It seemed that Mu Lianfeng's words made sense. Daodu, who was eating on the table, put down his bowl and chopsticks. His beautiful eyes curved into crescents, and he said to Zhao Yuner with a smile, Mom, Daodu wants a younger brother or sister, so Daodu can play with them every day. Mom, if you have a younger brother or sister, Daodu won't be jealous. Zhao Yuner saw Daodu's excitement when he said that. Before she could say anything, Daodu asked in a soft voice, Mom, when can you give birth to a younger brother or sister for Daodu? This child, did she think that she could give birth to a child just because she wanted to? She had to get the man to cooperate. After all, giving birth to a child was a matter between 2 people. The problem is, I don't even have a man now. Zhao Yuner didn't know how to explain this to Daodu. After thinking for a while, she said to Daodu, Daodu, I can't give birth to a younger brother or sister for the time being, because I need to sleep with another man. Mom, don't you sleep with Dad every day? Then do you already have a younger brother or sister in your stomach? Daodu said as he ran to Zhao Yuner and reached out to touch Zhao Yuner's stomach. Zhao Yuner was stunned. Cough, cough. Mu Lianfeng, who was drinking soup, choked and coughed violently. Zhao Yuner smiled awkwardly at Mu Lianfeng. There was nothing between the two of them, but he made it seem like there was something between them. Chapter 345. Zhao Yuner began to educate Daodu. Daodu, I'm different from your father. You can sleep with me, right? So, it's impossible for us to have a baby. Don't tell anyone that your father is in our house. It's best if you don't tell anyone else about it. Daodu nodded his head as if he understood. Oh, Mother, I understand. But, Mom, if you and Dad have a baby together, Daodu can sleep at Grandma's place tonight. Zhao Yuner didn't know what to say. This child. How embarrassing. Looking at Zhao Yuner's embarrassed expression, Mu Lianfeng gave Daodu a look of appreciation. He didn't dote on his son for nothing. Daodu, you're still young. There are many things that you don't understand. Your father and I aren't married yet, so we can't have a baby yet. Oh, I see. Daodu looked a little disappointed. Zhao Yuner touched Daodu's head and comforted him. It's okay, Daodu. It's okay if you don't have a younger brother or sister. You still have your uncle, Xiao Mao, and Xiao He to accompany you. Daodu nodded after hearing Zhao Yuner's words. Zhao Yuner smiled awkwardly at Mu Lianfeng. Lord Mu, I'm just a child. Please don't laugh at me. Mu Lianfeng shook his head. It's okay. I think Daodu is quite cute. Zhao Yuner felt that she had been tricked by the two of them. Did the father and son collude with each other? In the afternoon, Zhao Yuner sent Zhao Tianlong and her fifth uncle to the town. Compared to Yang City, the town was much quieter. However, there were many shops in the town, and most of them were businesses. Many farmers brought the produce from their fields to the town to buy. The overall price was also cheaper than in Yang City. Along the way, Zhao Tianlong did not say much, while Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenxing chatted non-stop. Zhao Wenshang urged Zhao Yuner to get married. Zhao Yun turned around and talked about Zhao Wenshang. Fifth uncle, you're the one who should get married. Look at the younger generation in our family. They all have children, but you don't even have a wife. You should let Grandma take care of it for you. Zhao Tianlong listened from the side, smiled, and agreed. Yes, fifth uncle, I also think that you can ask Grandma to help you find a wife. Among us uncles, you're the only one left. His nephew and niece spoke one sentence after another, making Zhao Wenxing a little embarrassed. You guys are actually controlling your elders. Zhao Wenxing pretended to be angry and snorted lightly. Fifth uncle, I'm not controlling you. I'm just concerned about you. You don't have to worry about my marriage, and I don't need your grandma to help me talk about it. I have my own plans. As Zhao Wenxing spoke, his eyes darkened slightly, as if he had thought of something. Seeing Zhao Wenxing's reaction, Zhao Yun felt that his words had a deeper meaning, so she smiled and asked, Fifth uncle, have you already taken a fancy to a girl from another family? Being teased by Zhao Yun like this, Zhao Wenxing's face unconsciously turned red. You little girl, what are you thinking? Okay, I won't say any more. Zhao Yun knew that Zhao Wenxing was a thin-skinned person. Zhao Yun first sent Zhao Tianlong to school, then sent Zhao Wenxing to his residence. Chapter 346. It looked a little shabby, but it was a brick house, which was slightly different from the thatched houses in the village. Zhao Wenxing rented a single room in a house. When they entered the courtyard, there was a young woman standing in the courtyard with a child on her back. The child was about 1 year old, and she was shaking the quilt in the courtyard. Seeing Zhao Wenxing walking in, the woman smiled at Zhao Wenxing. Brother Zhao, you're back? When Zhao Wenxing saw the woman, a gentle smile appeared on his face. Yes, I have to go to school tomorrow. You must be tired from the journey. Go in and have a rest. I've cleaned the house for you. Xuejuan, thank you. I'm a man, and I don't know how to clean the house. Zhao Wenxing smiled shyly. It's fine. It's no trouble. Zhao Yun followed behind Zhao Wenxing. Looking at the interaction between Zhao Wenxing and Jin Xuejuan, she felt that there was a subtle relationship between them. Jin Xuejuan also saw Zhao Yun following behind Zhao Wenxing, so she pointed at Zhao Yun and asked, Brother Zhao, this is... Zhao Wenxing introduced, this is my niece. She used her family's donkey to send me to the town today. Jin Xuejuan smiled at Zhao Yun. Come in and have a rest. I'll go get you a glass of water. Zhao Yun glanced at the woman in front of her. She was only in her 20s. Her facial features were considered pretty, but her face was a little sallow. At first glance, it was obvious that it was because she worked hard all year round and didn't eat well. It's fine, I'll go back now. Zhao Yun declined. Go in and have a rest. You must be tired from the journey. Drink some water. Jin Xuejuan said while pulling Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun couldn't resist Jin Xuejuan's enthusiasm, so she had to go in. Although the house was a little old, it was clean and tidy by Jin Xuejuan. It looked very comfortable. Jin Xuejuan took out a cup and poured a glass of cold water for Zhao Yun. There was also a cute 3-year-old girl in the house. His eyes were big and bright, like stars. If she was a little fatter, she would probably be even cuter. Zhao Yun found that other than Jin Xuejuan and the 2 children, there was no one else. There were only women's clothes and children's clothes hanging outside to dry. He had a rough idea that Jin Xuejuan should be a widow. No wonder she felt that Zhao Wenxing's relationship with a married woman was somewhat ambiguous. It turned out that she didn't have a man. Did her 5th uncle fall in love with Jin Xuejuan? She didn't think that there was anything bad about Jin Xuejuan, but based on her understanding of old Zhao's family, if Zhao Wenshang really liked Jin Xuejuan, it was unlikely that anything would happen between him and Jin Xuejuan. Old Zhao's family would definitely not agree to let Jin Xuejuan marry into their family. In the eyes of old Zhao's family, Jin Xuejuan was a burden with 2 children behind her. In addition, Zhao Wenxing's family was very good. He was handsome, and he was also a scholar. There were many people who wanted to matchmake for Zhao Wenxing. Zhao Yun sighed in her heart. I hope it's not what I think it is. Wah wah wah, a baby's cry sounded. Chapter 347. Okay. Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenshang both responded at the same time. Jin Xuejuan carried the child into the house. When a woman is breastfeeding, a man will always be embarrassed. After Jin Xuejuan left, Zhao Wenshang's gaze still fell on the direction Jin Xuejuan left. Zhao Yun waved her hand in front of Zhao Wenshang's eyes and said with a smile, 5th uncle, what are you looking at? She has already left and you are still looking. Are you interested in her? Facing Zhao Yun's ambiguous smile, Zhao Wenshang's face turned red again. Yuna girl, don't talk nonsense. If someone heard it, it will not be good for Xuejuan's reputation. Zhao Wenshang was a bit serious. Zhao Yun did not continue to joke. She knew that this widow's door was full of troubles. Big girl, come and see what Uncle Zhao has brought for you. Zhao Wenshang waved at the big girl. The big girl shyly walked towards Zhao Wenshang's side. Come big girl, take it. Zhao Wenshang said. At the same time, he took out a candy from his pocket and stuffed it into the big girl's hand. When the big girl saw the candy, her eyes lit up. She peeled a candy and stuffed it into her mouth. The sweet taste is what children like the most. Thank you, Uncle Zhao. The big girl smiled sweetly at Zhao Wenshang. Eat it. Uncle Zhao specially left it for you. Don't be polite. And Zhao Wenshang's eyes were full of love. Zhao Yun watched from the side. She felt that her 5th uncle was the big girl's biological father. Only a biological father would be so good to a child, right? Zhao Yun rested for a while and then left. When people were reminiscing, she always felt that she was a hindrance. When she returned to the village, it was not early. She estimated that she would be able to cook in a while. On the way, she met Gooden who was carrying a wooden bucket back from the ridge. Seeing Zhao Yun, Gooden still went forward and smiled shyly. He greeted Zhao Yun. Aunt Yun. Zhao Yun also smiled at Gooden. She glanced at the bullfrog and a few toads in Gooden's bucket. Zhao Yun frowned and said to Gooden, Gooden, Aunt Yun told you that you can't eat this toad. It's easy to get poisoned if you eat it. Aunt Yun, I know. But my mother told me that toads can also make money. I can't tell. Gooden lowered his head and felt wronged. Zhao Yun's brows furrowed even deeper. This Qin Hailon, isn't she too greedy for money? They really weren't afraid of poisoning people to death. If something were to happen, let's see how things would end up. Seeing Zhao Yun frowning, Gooden said, Aunt Yun, I'm sorry. It was probably because of the bullfrog. Gooden's guilt was written all over his face. Zhao Yun smiled and said to Gooden, Gooden, Aunt Yun doesn't blame you. But you are a good child. You have to persuade your mother. It's okay to make less money, but don't harm others. It's best not to eat toads, in case you get poisoned. Do you understand? Gooden nodded his head heavily. Zhao Yun, don't meddle in my family's affairs. Qin Hailon's reprimanding voice came from not far away. Qin Hailon walked in front of Zhao Yun and pulled Gooden over. She said to Gooden, Gooden, don't talk to random people. Hurry up and go back. Eggface lowered his head in grievance as he responded. Oh. Chapter 348. Qin Hailon pursed her lips unhappily. Who asked you to be so kind? Zhao Yun, don't meddle in other people's business. Zhao Yun curled the corners of her lips. She couldn't be bothered to interfere. There would be a day when she would get her retribution for being so wicked. The next morning, Zhao Yun drove Mulan to Yang City. After they separated from the family, Mulan became more diligent. She had been weaving more baskets recently, thinking of selling more baskets. That way, she could get more money back so that the family could live a better life. However, she had made so many baskets that Mulan's hands were covered in wounds. On the way, Zhao Yun chatted with Mulan about the family Zhu situation. After Mulan separated from the family, Mrs. Zhu cried all day long and regretted it. Her eldest daughter-in-law was a lazy person. She didn't even take care of the housework at home. In addition, she had a child who was only a few months old. Naturally, she pushed all the housework to Mrs. Zhu. For so many years, it was Mulan who was used to working hard. Letting her do so much work at once, how could old Madame Zhu bear it? However, Mrs. Zhu complained to her son, while Zhu Dainiu sided with his wife. If Mrs. Zhu wasn't satisfied, she could always separate from the family again. Mrs. Zhu didn't dare. If the eldest branch separated from her, no one would be able to do the work in the fields. She couldn't expect an old woman like her to retire at her age, could she? How could she move with her old bones? Her third son spent a lot of money every year. Without the eldest branch, he couldn't do it. Therefore, she could only endure it and didn't dare to scold her eldest daughter-in-law. When Zhao Yun heard Mulan's words, she only felt that some people were despicable. She bullied the weak and feared the strong. Now was the right time. People like Mrs. Zhu had to be taught a lesson. Yun, now that we've separated from the family, I feel that our days are more promising than before. Even though we're a little poor now and have a lot of pressure on us, it's always good to work hard. Yes, the most important thing is that your mother-in-law won't have the chance to bully you. Zhao Yun joked. Haha, Mulan also laughed. Zhao Yun first sent Mulan to the market, and then went to the restaurant to send Bullfrog. This time, Zhao Yun gave him 50 kilograms, which was the maximum amount she could give him. Sun Zhongquan paid 2 taels of silver to Zhao Yun in one go. Looking at the money in her hands, Zhao Yun was in a good mood. If she could maintain this income, she would be able to live a good life soon. Yun, you're sending more and more goods every day, right? Sun Zhongquan said with a smile. Zhao Yun noticed that Sun Zhongquan's tone was a little strange, so she nodded and asked. Yes, manager, what's wrong? Can't I send more? No. It's just that the sales in the store aren't as good as before, so sometimes I can't sell the goods I send. Zhao Yun frowned. But manager, you urged me to send as many as possible not long ago. Why are you saying that you can't sell them now? Or do you have other supply channels and don't want to do business with me? Sun Zhongquan hurriedly waved his hand. No, of course not. Miss Yun, I'm just saying. You can send as many goods as you want in the future. Zhao Yuner nodded lightly, then left the restaurant and went to the market. Zhao Yuner and Mulan weren't in a hurry to sell the goods since they didn't need to drive the bullock cart. Chapter 349. The two of them chuckled. Business was pretty good. In just one morning, Mulan had sold nearly 200 copper coins. To Mulan, this was already considered a large sum of money. Although she couldn't do this every day, she could still make do with a few hundred copper coins a month. She could barely get by. Mulan sighed with emotion. I'm thinking about when I can save more money and build a few houses. At that time, I'll have a separate house. It'll be more comfortable for my family to live together. At present, he continued to live with old Madame Zhu. When he heard old Madame Zhu's voice, he couldn't help but feel a little annoyed. If he had his own house and lived a little further away, he really wouldn't have anything to do with the Zhu family. Zhao Yun could understand Mulan's feelings. It's always good to have a dream. Life will get better slowly. Mulan sighed. That's true. Building a house costs a lot of money. Now that we're selling these things, it's already good enough that we can live on, let alone building a house. In the end, it was because of money. Zhao Yun looked at Mulan's injured fingers. She couldn't continue weaving baskets for a long time. It was tiring and hurt her hands. The most important thing was that she didn't make a lot of money. If she wanted to live a better life, she had to think of another way out. What kind of business could she do in this town? Zhao Yun suddenly thought of the snack stall. If she did it alone, she would be busy and strenuous. But if she did it with two people, it wouldn't be so tiring. She could also make more money. Zhao Yun had a feeling that she couldn't do business with Sun Zhongquan for long. She didn't know what Sun Zhongquan and Qin Hailan were doing. If she really couldn't do business with Sun Zhongquan, it would be better for her to plan in advance. During the day, Mulan's baskets were almost sold out. After packing up the remaining things, the two of them went to the market to buy some vegetables. Mulan directly weighed a caddy of pork and brought it back. The children at home hadn't eaten anything good. She had some money on hand, so she had to buy some to nourish the children and satisfy their cravings. On the way back, Zhao Yun told Mulan about the snack stall plan. Mulan was very interested. Yun, if it's possible, I want to do it with you. I'm not afraid of hard work. As long as we can make money, it's enough. Zhao Yun nodded. As long as they could make money, it didn't matter if it was a little hard. But Yun I don't have enough money. Zhao Yun patted Mulan's. Yun I feel that you're the one who suffers losses. How about this? When we share the money, you can get more and give me less. Or I can work for you every month, and you can give me a little salary. Mulan, don't you know our relationship? Don't be so polite with me. We can talk about how to share the money later. Let's go to Yang City to check the situation and see when we can buy the stall. Sure. After lunch, Zhao Yun wanted to go up the mountain, but there were a lot of officers and soldiers. These soldiers gathered in front of Zhao Yun's house, which attracted many villagers. They were all chattering about what had happened. Chapter 350. A group of people gathered together, chattering non-stop, discussing what was going on. If it wasn't a serious crime, there wouldn't be so many soldiers here. What's going on? I don't know. Something serious must have happened. Something serious must have happened. If it wasn't serious, why would so many soldiers come here? These soldiers came to Yun'er's house. Did Yun'er commit a crime? What crime could Yun'er commit? She's just a woman. What crime could she have committed? I'm not sure. Look at Yun'er. She's just a woman, but she bought a donkey before. I was wondering where she got the money. It's not easy for her to support herself. Now it seems that she must have stolen it. These soldiers came to catch Yun'er. Could it be that Yun'er was caught stealing? I think so. Otherwise, why would so many soldiers come here? Alas, it's so embarrassing. We've never seen such a thing in our village. She's not afraid of being embarrassed. Didn't she get pregnant before marriage? Old Zhao's family is embarrassed again. Zhao Yun'er walked out because of the noise outside. When she saw the soldiers outside, her heart skipped a beat. There was a bad premonition in his heart. Zhao Yun rushed over to the constable and politely asked, "I don't know why the officials have come to my house?" The constable glanced at Zhao Yun, who was standing in front of him. He saw that Zhao Yun's appearance was delicate and pretty. Her voice was crisp and pleasant. Her every movement had a unique temperament. She didn't look like an ordinary countrywoman. She was polite to him, but didn't show any humility in front of him. The constable had a good impression of Zhao Yun. Would such a woman really commit a crime? "Are you Zhao Yun?" the constable asked with a cold face. Zhao Yun nodded and responded, "That's right. Miss, the authorities are now suspecting you of poisoning people and are now arresting you." As the constable spoke, two soldiers stepped forward and surrounded Zhao Yun. "Poisoning people?" Zhao Yun frowned. Was he talking about her? Since they had reported her name and found her doorstep, these people must have confirmed that there was no mistake. Zhao Yun took a deep breath and asked the constable calmly, "I wonder if you can tell me what kind of poison was used. Can you explain it more clearly? I don't understand." "You'll know when you follow us to the magistrate's office." "We can't tell you now," the constable said. Zhao Yun knew that the constable was already being courteous to her. If she continued to ask, it would mean that she did not know how to appreciate favors. "Miss, let's go. Come back with us now." Zhao Yun looked at the constable awkwardly and pleaded, "Brother official, I still have a child. I wonder if I can go into the house and talk to him for a while. After I'm done, I'll go with you." The constable glanced at Zhao Yun and thought that a woman like Zhao Yun couldn't run away. There was no harm in talking to her. He said, "All right then. Miss, try to hurry." Zhao Yun nodded. "Thank you, brother official." After speaking, Zhao Yun turned and went into the house. Mu Lianfeng leaned against the door. When he saw Zhao Yun come in, he quickly asked, "Miss Yun, why are there so many soldiers here? What's the matter?" Chapter 351. Zhao Yun told Mu Lianfeng what the soldiers said. She didn't understand what was going on. She could only find out when she went to the government. Being accused of something for no reason, Zhao Yun had to wash it off. It wasn't her doing, but she wasn't afraid. If someone was framing her, she had to figure it out. "Miss Yun, do you want me to help you say something? They won't dare to act recklessly on my face." Mu Lianfeng said. Zhao Yun shook her head. "Young Master Mu, our great Zhou country does things according to the law. Although you are the heir, you can't stop the government from handling the case. If young Master Mu wants to help me, then I ask young Master Mu to help me take care of Daodu. If Mu Rongzi doesn't find it troublesome, then I can't come back, so help me find out what happened." Zhao Yun left the room after saying this. "Mother, Daodu, don't be afraid. Your mother will be fine." Mu Lianfeng hugged Daodu and comforted him. Seeing Zhao Yun leave with the soldiers, Mu Lianfeng's eyes flashed with a cold light. The news of Zhao Yun poisoning people and being arrested by the government spread through the village. When the old Zhao family rushed to Zhao Yun's house, Zhao Yun had already left. Hua Chunhua cursed under her breath. "This little tch, she must think that she hasn't disgraced the Zhao family enough. She's capable of doing anything." "Humph, mother, isn't that right? She deserves it. She threw feces at us, now look at it. Retribution from the heavens has come." Zhao Xinhui was taking joy in other people's misfortune. Hua Chunhua frowned. Although Zhao Xinhui was right, she was happy that Zhao Yun had this kind of ending. But when others laughed at the old Zhao family, she wasn't happy. When Zhao Yun got pregnant before marriage, it had been a long time since people talked about it. Now that Zhao Yun did such a shameful thing, even the past was dug up. The girls in the family were at the age to find a husband. Old Zhao family's reputation was bad. Now all good in-laws were gone. This little slut, she should have died long ago. She doesn't do proper things and only think of crooked ways. Hua Chunhua said and spat on the ground. She pointed at Liang Jinqiao and scolded again. "Look at your good daughter. God damn it, what kind of trash did she give birth to in our family?" Liang Jinqiao frowned, feeling unhappy. Yun was in trouble, but she was only worried. She wasn't like Hua Chunhua, scolding her whenever she could. Zhao Yun was old Zhao family's granddaughter. Was old Zhao family really not worried about her life or death? Mother, Yun must have been wronged. How could she poison others? Don't you know Yun's character? Liang Jinqiao retorted. Hua Chunhua snorted lightly. How can I not understand? That little bitch is very powerful. I think she most likely stole someone else's things and was found out. Then she was poisoned and killed by someone. No wonder she's living a good life now. It turns out that she's doing these sneaky things. When Zhao Ping heard Hua Chunhua scolding Zhao Yun, she immediately became excited and echoed. That's right, mother. You only know how to speak up for that wretched girl Yun. You don't talk about her no matter how many shameful things she has done. Grandma is right. Chapter 352. Zhao Ping was pleased with Hua Chunhua's praise. She smiled at Hua Chunhua and said, Grandma, of course. I'm not like Zhao Yun. Sigh, third daughter-in-law, why are you so different when you're born from the same womb? Hua Chunhua scolded Liang Jinqiao again. Liang Jinqiao didn't say anything. She didn't have the mood to bicker with Hua Chunhua. Instead, she was thinking about what to do with Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun was taken away by the soldiers. There was no one from the government at home. If there was, she could ask someone to find out what was going on. Grandma, Zhao Yun is gone. She probably won't be released this time. Let's take back everything in her house? Zhao Ping suggested to Hua Chunhua. When Hua Chunhua heard this, she felt that it made sense. That little B****''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''''' Let's take it back and use it. Let's take it back and use it. Hua Chunhua thought of Zhao Yun's donkey. It was probably worth a lot of money. Ordinary farmers didn't have it. Even if they didn't sell it, it was convenient to transport it to the streets and towns. Hua Chunhua glanced at Zhao Yun's wooden shed and saw the donkey. It ran towards Zhao Yun's wooden shed with its short legs. TSK, TSK, TSK. Little donkey, come back with me. I'll get you a lot of grass to eat. Hua Chunhua smiled and said to Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao raised its head and glanced at Hua Chunhua. Then, it turned its head away arrogantly and ignored Hua Chunhua. Hua Chunhua treated Xiao Mao as a little beast. Naturally, she wouldn't argue with it. After all, beasts couldn't understand human language. Little donkey. Come with me. Hua Chunhua pulled a handful of straw and waved it in front of Xiao Mao. Then, she untied the rope on Xiao Mao and wanted to take it away. Xiao Mao looked at Hua Chunhua as if it was looking at an idiot. Did this old woman really think that it was an ordinary donkey? Did she think that it would be tricked by a few straws? Hua Chunhua pulled the rope and found that it wouldn't budge. She was in a rare good mood and continued to coax Xiao Mao. Let's go, let's go. Little donkey, come to my house. My house is much better than here. It has more grass and a bigger shed. You'll definitely feel more comfortable there. Xiao Mao ignored Hua Chunhua. No matter how hard he tugged, Hua Chunhua refused to budge. Hua Chunhua felt that it was strange. Could it be that this little bastard understood human nature and knew how to recognize people? Are you leaving or not? If you don't leave, this old woman will kill you and stew you with donkey meat. Hua Chunhua threatened. Since the soft approach didn't work, the donkey decided to use the hard approach. However, Hua Chunhua sadly found that Xiao Mao was too arrogant. After it glanced at Hua Chunhua, it began to struggle. Stinky donkey, hurry up and leave this old woman. Hua Chunhua tugged hard again. It was just a little donkey. She had experienced so many things. She didn't believe that she couldn't beat it today. The little donkey was also a little angry because of Hua Chunhua. When Hua Chunhua pulled it, it raised its two hind legs and kicked Hua Chunhua to the ground. There was a wooden stick on the ground. It poked Hua Chunhua's back. It was very painful. Hua Chunhua fell to the ground and began to shout. Ouch, it hurts so much, it hurts so much. You little beast. You really dare to kick me. Today, I'll skin you and make donkey meat. Chapter 353. Hua Chunhua's face and mouth were covered in Xiao Mao's pee, and the smell of urine rushed into Hua Chunhua's nostrils. Hua Chunhua was stunned for a moment, and it took her a while to react. This donkey actually dared to pee on her face and mouth. You damned donkey, I got up today. If I don't kill you, my surname isn't Hua. Hua Chunhua shouted angrily. Not long ago, Zhao Yun splashed feces, and now she was peed on by the donkey in Zhao Yun's house. She was so aggrieved. There were villagers watching in front of Zhao Yun's house. When they saw Hua Chunhua's appearance, they couldn't help but laugh. This old woman from the Zhao family is too greedy. She was still thinking about Yun's things after separating from the family. Now look, her mouth is covered in urine. I wonder how donkey urine tastes. Ha ha ha, it definitely won't taste good. What kind of urine doesn't have a pungent smell? Wicked people get their retribution. The villagers said sarcastic remarks one after another. Usually, they didn't like Hua Chunhua. Now that they finally got a chance to say something, they definitely had to seize the opportunity. Zhao Tianan and Zhao Tianfu were at the side, covering their mouths and laughing secretly. Brother Tianan, Xiao Mao is really amazing. It did a great job. Haha, look at our grandmother. She was tortured so miserably. In front of Zhao Tianan, Zhao Tianfu didn't hide anything and said everything in his heart. He was originally worried that after Zhao Yun left, his grandmother would definitely do a big sweep. He didn't expect to suffer as soon as he had the idea of getting Xiao Mao. Why does Xiao Mao seem to understand human nature? Zhao Tianan was also very curious about Xiao Mao. Of course, Xiao Mao was bought by second sister. It has spiritual energy when it was bought. Moreover, second sister is very good to Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao is not an ungrateful person. Why would it follow grandmother? Zhao Tianfu replied with some innocence. Zhao Tianan smiled. It seemed that his younger brother really regarded Xiao Mao as a human. How could an animal know so much? Hua Chunhua was even angrier because of the laughter around her. It was all the donkey's fault. If it wasn't for it, she wouldn't be in such a sorry state and be laughed at. Tui! 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 Hua Chunhua spat out a few mouthfuls of saliva. Just as he was about to get up, he was kicked a few more times by Xiao Mao. This time, Xiao Mao's hind leg kicked Hua Chunhua's face. Ouch! Hua Chunhua screamed in pain. Xiao Mao's hind leg was very strong. In addition, Xiao Mao's hooves were hard. When it kicked Hua Chunhua's face, it was more painful than being punched. The pain on her face was a little hot. Unfortunately, Hua Chunhua couldn't see it. If she could see it, she would have discovered that her entire face was covered in bruises where Furry's hooves had kicked her. Ha ha ha! The laughter around them became even louder. Usually, they saw people bullying animals. When had they ever seen animals bully people? Speaking of which, this donkey was really strange. It bullied Hua Chunhua in one way after another. Eldest brother, second brother, third brother, are you blind? Hurry up and come over here. Help me catch this damn donkey. Today, I must put it in a pot of oil. I'm so angry. How dare it bully an old woman like me? I'm not done with it. Hua Chunhua shouted at the Zhao brothers. The men in old Zhao's family were shocked by what was happening in front of them. They couldn't react at all. Chapter 354. After Hua Chunhua's reprimand, they finally reacted. Mother, I'm coming. Zhao Tianxue answered eagerly. Even if they couldn't do anything else, they could just catch a donkey. After being scolded by Hua Chunhua for being heartless, Zhao Wenshi also ran over eagerly and said to Hua Chunhua, Mother, I'll go catch it for you now. This time, Zhao Wenhua didn't move. What did his mother do? They still didn't know what happened to Yun. Maybe she came back safe and sound. How could they steal Yun's things while Yun wasn't home? Catch it, catch it. Let's eat donkey meat tonight. Upon hearing that they were going to eat donkey meat, many people in old Zhao's family became excited and gluttonous. How much meat would be cooked from such a big donkey? It would probably be very satisfying. They had eaten meat at the banquet before, but they hadn't eaten to their heart's content. Meat was expensive. How could they let them eat so much? Mother, I'll help you catch it too. Li Chueying stepped forward and pounced in Xiao Mao's direction. Seeing that they were all heading towards Xiao Mao, Zhao Tianfu became anxious. They should be able to catch it. Xiao Mao, run! Zhao Tianfu shouted at Xiao Mao. Xiao Mao seemed to understand Zhao Tianfu's words. It kicked Hua Chunhua's face a few more times and then ran away. Ouch! Hua Chunhua yelled. This time, she was kicked hard again. When she looked up, she realized that Xiao Mao had already run far away. Did this beast become a demon? Hurry up and catch it! Hua Chunhua yelled in a muffled voice. The men from the Zhao family hurriedly chased after it. How could they outrun a donkey? Adding on Xiao Mao's godly speed, they quickly slipped away. The men ran back, panting. Zhao Xueqi said with a bitter face, "Mother, that donkey was like flying. I couldn't catch up with it." "That's right, Mother. We can't outrun them at all. I'm so tired." Zhao Wenshi was also panting heavily. Hua Chunhua wailed, "Why did old Zhao give birth to so many useless things? They can't even catch up with a donkey." Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Xueqi looked at each other and felt a little speechless. They had tried their best to chase after it, but Xiao Mao's speed was not something an ordinary person could catch up to. They were not good at running. He was dog-tired from chasing after them, but he was scolded by Hua Chunhua instead. It was inevitable that he would feel unhappy. "Mother, you can't say that. You don't know that no one in the village can catch up with that donkey." Zhao Wenshi pursed his lips and said. Hua Chunhua cried even louder. "God, my old woman was bullied by the donkey. Now the donkey has run away." Seeing Hua Chunhua crying and yelling, the eldest daughter-in-law, Feng Zhangxia, hurried over to remind her, "Mother, be careful. There are so many people watching. Don't be a joke." With Feng Zhangxia's reminder, Hua Chunhua immediately reacted. Wiping the tears from the corners of her eyes, she pointed at the men and said, "Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and help me up." "Oh, okay." The men from old Zhao's family gathered around and began to pull Hua Chunhua. With great difficulty, they pulled Hua Chunhua up from the ground. "It hurts." Hua Chunhua rubbed her face. Chapter 355. Zhao Xinhui was straightforward and did not consider Hua Chunhua's feelings. Hua Chunhua's lips twitched a little awkwardly. "Is that so? Mother, if you don't believe me, let eldest sister-in-law and second sister-in-law smell it. Let them smell it and we'll know." After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, Hua Chunhua turned her mouth to Li Chueying and Feng Zhangxia and blew a breath of air over. The smell in her mouth was really too strange. There was the smell of urine and a stench. Hua Chunhua did not usually brush her teeth, so she had bad breath. When she breathed out, Li Chueying and Feng Zhangxia were almost disgusted. The two of them did not dare to say anything to Hua Chunhua. They were afraid that Hua Chunhua would be angry. They frowned and endured the smell of Hua Chunhua's breath. Zhao Xinhui said, "Eldest sister-in-law, second sister-in-law, do you think it smells like urine? Is it very unpleasant?" Li Chueying and Feng Zhangxia were a little embarrassed. How could they say this in front of Hua Chunhua? If they told the truth, Hua Chunhua would probably be unhappy. "Aunt, it's fine." Li Chueying smiled embarrassedly. Zhao Xinhui rolled her eyes at Li Chueying. "Second sister-in-law, you really know how to lie through your teeth. Wasn't it just that she did not dare to say it? How cowardly." I think your second sister-in-law is telling the truth. My mouth is not that smelly. I'll be fine after I rinse my mouth later." Zhao Xinhui did not pay any more attention to Hua Chunhua. She covered her nose and walked to the side. Hua Chunhua was still angry about Xiao Mao. Li Chueying said fawningly, "Mother, don't be angry. Zhao Yun must have good things at home. We can take back all the firewood, rice, oil and salt." Yes. Second daughter-in-law, first daughter-in-law, go to the little B***tch's kitchen and search for everything. Li Chueying answered eagerly, "Okay, Mom, I'll go now." With that, Li Chueying ran into Zhao Yun's kitchen. Feng Zhangxia hesitated for a moment before following him. "Mother, Yun'er might be fine. Isn't it inappropriate to take Yun'er's things now?" Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but say. He thought that Hua Chunhua had gone too far. Hua Chunhua rolled her eyes at Liang Jinqiao. "Why not? Did you see how badly that little bitch's donkey kicked my old woman? Her face is swollen. She should at least get some interest back, right? Zhao Wenhua thought that Hua Chunhua was being unreasonable. Mother, if you didn't catch Yunner's donkey, you wouldn't have been kicked. Isn't this your problem?
Damn brat, how can you say that?
Hua Chunhua glared at Zhao Wenhua. Zhao Wenhua was so scared that she didn't dare to say anything. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao felt uncomfortable with Hua Chunhua's overbearing attitude, but they could do nothing about it. If they tried to reason with Hua Chunhua, they would be scolded for a while. The surrounding villagers couldn't stand it anymore. No matter what Zhao Yunner was like, old Zhao's family was still too shameless. Therefore someone stood up and said, Auntie Zhao, what you're doing isn't right. Yunner has already separated from old Zhao's family. Her things have nothing to do with you. We don't even know if she's fine, but you've already taken everything from her. To put it bluntly, you're thieves. If Yunner goes to the government and accuses you of stealing and robbing, all of us can testify. Chapter 356. Auntie Zhao, you can't go overboard. Now that Yunner is in trouble, shouldn't you old Zhao's family ask around and help her find out what happened? Then, you can come up with a solution together, right? Why are you looting her things as soon as she left? Hua Chunhua was embarrassed by these people, but how could she be willing to let go of Zhao Yunner's things? She said, It's none of your business. This is old Zhao's business. Now that Yunner is gone, we should take her things back for safekeeping. Otherwise, who knows if you will steal them? Auntie Zhao, how can you accuse others like this? Humph, you're so unreasonable. Who's unreasonable? I'm too lazy to argue with you. It's not your family's business. Why are you poking your nose into it? Zhao Pinger stood up and helped Hua Chunhua to reply. Seeing that old Zhao's family was unreasonable, the surrounding villagers knew that it was useless to say anything. They had no right to interfere with old Zhao's business. Li Chueying and Feng Zhangxia rummaged through Zhao Yunner's kitchen. In the end, they found a bag of polished rice, half a bag of flour, some oil, salt, and soy sauce. Li Chueying and Feng Zhangxia only took the polished rice, flour, oil, and salt. Li Chueying ran to Hua Chunhua with the things and said eagerly, Mother, look, these are good things. Can we cook a meal of polished rice tonight? Li Chueying was a glutton. Life was hard for people in the countryside, so they usually ate brown rice. It was not easy to eat brown rice alone. They would also eat mixed with other grains and wild vegetables. If they cooked a meal of pure polished rice, it would be a very good meal. Hua Chunhua didn't feel reluctant to give up the food that they got from Zhao Yunner's house. She directly agreed, Okay, let's eat a meal of polished rice tonight. Old Zhao's family was delighted when they heard this. Li Chueying suddenly thought of something and his eyes lit up. He ran to Hua Chunhua and said to Hua Chunhua, Mother, I have a good idea. What idea? Didn't you say that you sold Daodu to such a rich family? Do they still want children? I asked around 2 days ago, but it seems that I haven't bought one yet. Mother, that last Yunner has been taken away. Let's just send that little bastard over to them. We even earned 200 taels of silver. Hua Chunhua became excited when Li Chueying mentioned it. Second daughter-in-law, you're so smart. You have so many ideas in old Zhao's family. If we get 200 taels of silver, I'll make you a new dress. Li Chueying grinned from ear to ear when she heard that. Mother, I'm doing this for our old Zhao's family. That little bastard is probably still in the house, right? Second daughter-in-law, go and carry him out. Hua Chunhua ordered. Oh mother, I'll go now. Li Chueying ran to Zhao Yunner's house. Chapter 357. Liang Jinqiao was crying so loudly that the surrounding villagers could hear her. Hua Chunhua glared at her third daughter-in-law. She was crying so loudly because she wanted the surrounding villagers to hear her. Later, the villagers would definitely attack her again. Hua Chunhua took the initiative to scold Liang Jinqiao. Third daughter-in-law, what nonsense are you talking about? When did I say that I was going to sell Daodu? I'm sending Daodu to a rich family so that he can enjoy a good life. This is for Daodu's own good. Otherwise, if Yunner isn't around anymore, old Zhao's family will have to help raise him. Hua Chunhua's words made the surrounding villagers think that she meant that if Zhao Yunner didn't come back, Daodu would have no one to take care of him. At least someone would be able to raise him if he was given away. If that was the case, then there was no need to criticize her. Outsiders didn't know what was going on, but Liang Jinqiao was well aware. She didn't want to sell him or give him away. If Zhao Yuner didn't see Daodu when she came back, she would definitely go crazy. Mother, just keep Daodu. You can't give Daodu away.
Third daughter-in-law, if you dare to make trouble with me again, I'll ask third brother to divorce you.
Hua Chunhua was so angry that she kicked Liang Jinqiao again. She really didn't know what was good for her. Suddenly, a woman's miserable scream was heard. The person who screamed wasn't Liang Jinqiao, but Li Chueying.
Then, everyone saw a person flying out of the house and landing heavily on the ground.
Bang! A violent sound was heard. Li Chueying was hit hard. Then, Li Chueying's cries and howls were heard. Everyone was a little confused by the situation in front of them. They had yet to react to what was going on. Didn't he go in to catch the child? Why did Li Chueying fly out? Did he see a ghost? Under everyone's curious gazes, a tall man walked out of the house, followed by a little boy. It was Daodu.
The man's face was cold and handsome, and his body exuded a noble and extraordinary temperament.
When he appeared in front of the crowd, many people were stunned, especially the young ladies and women who came to join in the fun. They grew up in the countryside and had never seen a handsome man like Mu Lianfeng. Li Chueying struggled on the ground in pain for a while, then shouted in the direction of Hua Chunhua. Mother, Zhao Yuner, that little B*TCH, is actually hiding a man in her house, shameless B*TCH. After saying that, Li Chueying continued to groan in pain on the ground. Zhao Yuner's adulterer dared to hit her. I'll definitely teach him a lesson later. The surrounding villagers also had the same thought as Li Chueying. A man suddenly appeared in Zhao Yuner's house, so she must be secretly keeping him. They didn't expect Zhao Yuner to be so shameless and so horny. In the village, they had never seen a woman like Zhao Yuner, who was even willing to keep a man in her house. The villagers who originally sympathized with Zhao Yuner now felt that no matter what happened, it was God's punishment for Zhao Yuner's debauchery. Chapter 358. Hearing Hua Chunhua's words, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui dashed towards Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng glanced at Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui coldly with disdain in his eyes. When the two of them approached him, he raised his leg and kicked Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, sending them flying with a kick. Everyone was shocked and opened their mouths. How could he kick them so easily? It was as easy as blowing off dust. The only explanation was that Mu Lianfeng knew kung fu. The villagers had never seen much of the world, and they had never seen anyone who knew kung fu. Therefore, in their opinion, anyone who knew kung fu was extraordinary and not a simple person. After Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were sent flying, Mu Lianfeng took a few steps forward and kicked Li Chueying's mouth hard. He had never hit a woman before. It was the way of a gentleman. A man shouldn't hit a woman. However, accidents could happen. When he met a woman who was too cheap, he didn't need to be soft-hearted at all. One of Li Chueying's teeth was kicked out, and blood kept flowing out. The sound of a pig howling was even more tragic. Mu Lianfeng looked coldly at Li Chueying, who was lying on the ground in pain. He had no sympathy for him at all. With a slight smile, Mu Lianfeng said to Li Chueying, who was lying on the ground, "This is what you get for saying the wrong thing. I hope you will remember it next time." You. Hua Chunhua pointed at Mu Lianfeng angrily. This man was too arrogant. Just as Hua Chunhua was about to incite the villagers, Zhao Xinhui suddenly pulled Hua Chunhua back. "Mother, stop it. He is Prince Xueqi." Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, Hua Chunhua was shocked. She looked at Mu Lianfeng carefully and suddenly remembered that she had seen him before in Yang City. Her heart couldn't help trembling. If it was someone else, it would be fine, but ordinary people didn't dare to touch Prince Xueqi.
"Grandmother, it is Prince Xueqi."
Zhao Ping also recognized him and said to Hua Chunhua. She stared straight at Mu Lianfeng with admiration in her eyes. She didn't expect Prince Xueqi to be so handsome. And his kung fu was extraordinary. Mu was the type that women liked. When the surrounding villagers heard Mu Lianfeng was Prince Xueqi, they talked about him even more. Looking at Mu Lianfeng's aura, they didn't doubt him at all. But why did Prince Xueqi come to Zhao Yuner's house? Could it be that Prince Xueqi had an affair with Zhao Yun? It didn't make sense at all. Maybe Zhao Yun'er was Prince Xueqi's mistress? The reason why Zhao Yun'er was able to live a good life these days was because of the money given by the prince. The villagers had a lot of wild imaginations, but it was very different from the real situation. Hua Chunhua was afraid that Mu Lianfeng would argue with her. She was so scared that even her legs began to tremble. She walked shakily to Mu Lianfeng and apologized to Mu Lianfeng. Prince Xueqi, please don't argue with an old woman like me. I was blind and didn't recognize you. Mu Lianfeng stared coldly at Hua Chunhua.
He knew what this old woman had done and said when he was in the house.
He restrained himself because it was inconvenient for him to go out. He was afraid that it would affect Zhao Yun'er's reputation. He didn't expect that they would target Daodu. Chapter 359. Since Zhao Yun'er wasn't around, he naturally had to protect Daodu. No matter what the reason was, these people shouldn't even think about touching Daodu. Won't bicker with you? Mu Lianfeng retorted, then snorted lightly. He wasn't someone who would let others off so easily. Especially someone like Hua Chunhua, who had crossed his bottom line. He wouldn't let them off so easily. Yes, Your Highness. Please don't bicker with an old woman like me. I don't know much. Hua Chunhua immediately cowered when she met Mu Lianfeng's sharp gaze. In the end, she was still afraid that if Mu Lianfeng got angry, she might lose her old life. Zhao Xinhui also took a step forward. Her movements were a little bashful, and her sweet voice rang out. She was pleading for Hua Chunhua in front of Mu Lianfeng. Your Highness, it's all my mother's fault. She's an ignorant old woman from the countryside who offended you. You're a magnanimous person. Surely you won't bicker with such a person, right? Although she said that she was pleading for Hua Chunhua, it was more accurate to say that she was trying to make her presence known in front of Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng sized up this mother-daughter pair. One was mean, the other was pretentious. Both of them made him feel disgusted. Daodu, tell me, how should I punish this grandmother of yours? Mu Lianfeng turned around and waved at Little Bun. His voice suddenly became much gentler. Daodu walked in front of Mu Lianfeng and glared fiercely at Hua Chunhua. Just now, Hua Chunhua bullied Xiao Mao and stole his family's things. She was really too hateful. Little Bun bit his lower lip, thinking about how to punish Hua Chunhua. Daddy, Daodu can't think of anything. Daddy should think of something, Little Bun said to Mu Lianfeng. How could a child think of something so vicious? Mu Lianfeng chuckled. All right then, Daddy will think about it. Since she was so good at scolding people, he would sew her mouth shut. This way, she won't be able to scold anyone anymore. Mu Lianfeng said it as if it was a very simple thing, but it scared Hua Chunhua. She immediately knelt in front of Mu Lianfeng and said, Your Highness, it's my fault for having a cheap mouth. But you can't sew my mouth shut. I'll die if you do that. Then tell me a punishment method. If I'm satisfied with it, I can consider changing it. Mu Lianfeng's sharp voice rang out again.
The aura that erupted from his body made it seem like he was the ruler of the world.
How about I slap myself a few times? Hua Chunhua asked cautiously. Mu Lianfeng did not react at all, which meant that this method would not work. Hua Chunhua was a little anxious. She couldn't bring herself to slap herself. Hence, she looked at Zhao Xinhui for help, hoping that her daughter could help her come up with an idea. However, Zhao Xinhui looked at Mu Lianfeng fawningly and said to Mu Lianfeng, Your Highness, my mother's mouth is so smelly. Why don't you make her eat a pile of sage tea? Let's see if she still dares to spout nonsense in the future. Zhao Xinhui's words caused the surrounding villagers to burst into laughter. Hua Chunhua really had 8 lifetimes of bad luck to have such a daughter. It was the first time she had seen such a scammer. Interesting. This daughter of old Zhao is really interesting. If my daughter was like this, I would skin her alive. Chapter 360. Who's going to marry his daughter? Each one of them is weirder than the other. Zhao Xinhui has wasted her good looks for nothing. It's as if she's brainless. She's already treating her own mother like this. How can she treat you well after marrying her? Whoever becomes her mother-in-law will be infuriated to death.
Ha ha ha, Auntie Zhao is so pitiful. She doted on her daughter for nothing and treated her like a treasure. Great, now she's here to trick her. The surrounding villagers laughed happily. It was rare to see such a joke.
Hua Chunhua was dumbfounded when she heard Zhao Xinhui's words. How could her daughter say such things about her? She asked her to give her advice, but in the end, she tricked her even more. Hua Chunhua was furious, but she couldn't vent her anger on Zhao Xinhui.
She muttered in Zhao Xinhui's ear, how could you say such things?
How could you let your mother eat shit?
Hua Chunhua's tone was a little reproachful, but Zhao Xinhui didn't care and said, Mother, what's wrong with eating shit?
Didn't Yun feed you some last time? If this method isn't vicious, Master Xueqi won't let you off.
Don't tell me you want Master Xueqi to sew your mouth shut or lose an arm or a leg.
Hua Chunhua was a little frightened by Zhao Xinhui's words.
According to Zhao Xinhui, it was indeed better than having her mouth sewed, limbs broken, and having to eat shit. Mother, I'm doing this for your own good. You're already so old and can't bear the torture, but Master Xueqi definitely won't let you off easily. If Master Xueqi agrees to this method, you'll benefit greatly.
Hua Chunhua nodded repeatedly as Zhao Xinhui spoke. She felt that her daughter was right.
You're still the smart one.
Of course. Zhao Xinhui raised her chin, feeling a little proud.
Although she said that to Hua Chunhua, she couldn't help but snort coldly in her heart.
Her mother was really stupid. Her mother believed whatever she said.
If it were her, she would rather kill her than eat such *T. Whatever, as long as her mother was willing to eat it, it was fine. After all, she was afraid of death, so she could only come up with this method. This method could help Hua Chunhua solve her problem and please Mu Lianfeng at the same time. As expected, after Mu Lianfeng heard Zhao Xinhui's idea, he also curled his lips and looked at Zhao Xinhui a few more times.
Zhao Xinhui lowered her head shyly. That's a good idea. Go ahead and eat. I'll let you go after you've eaten, Mu Lianfeng said with a faint smile on his face.
At this moment, other than being angry, he also wanted to tease Hua Chunhua.
Your Highness, you really want to eat *T?
Hua Chunhua asked with a bitter face.
What do you think?
But there's no *T here.
Hua Chunhua muttered.
How could she eat it in front of so many people? If there's no *T, then go ahead and get it.
Mu Lianfeng replied indifferently.
Hua Chunhua frowned and was in a difficult position. When Mu Lianfeng glared at her, she was very afraid.
Zhao Ping,
go and get some *T here.
Zhao Xinhui instructed Zhao Ping. When Zhao Pinger's name was called, she frowned. Her face was filled with unwillingness. Auntie, why me? If it's not you, who else can get it?
Hurry up and go, before your Highness gets angry and sews my mother's mouth shut.
Zhao Xinhui said fiercely. Chapter 361. Her aunt only knew how to bully her. Zhao Pinger was very displeased. There were so many people in her house. Why was there no one else?
She probably thought that she was easy to bully. Seeing that Zhao Pinger was still in a daze, Hua Chunhua urged her. Pinger, your aunt is right.
Hurry up and get some. Zhao Pinger curled her lips. Oh, but how am I supposed to scoop the milk? She couldn't grab it with her hands, right? That would be too disgusting. Go to Zhao Yun's kitchen and get a bowl. Zhao Xinhui replied.
Oh. Zhao Pinger reluctantly went to Zhao Yun's kitchen and got a bowl. Then she walked to the back of Zhao Yun's house. Before long, she arrived at Zhao Yun's latrine. Zhao Pinger looked into Zhao Yun's latrine and was almost disgusted. If she took the bowl to scoop the feces, wouldn't her hands be stained with feces? Wouldn't it stink? Zhao Pinger pinched her nose and felt disgusted. She hurriedly rushed to the side and began to retch. It was too much. Why did she have to do such a disgusting thing? Zhao Pinger complained while thinking about how to get feces. Suddenly, an idea came to her. She seemed to have thought of something and rushed out again with the bowl. She found a place where no one could see her. Zhao Pinger took off her pants and pooped in the bowl. Then she pulled a few leaves and casually wiped her butt. After tying her pants again, Zhao Pinger's body trembled. She pinched her nose with one hand and picked up the bowl with the other hand. The feces in the bowl were steaming. Zhao Pinger couldn't help but mutter in her heart. Her grandmother shouldn't blame her. Compared to Zhao Yun'er's poop, which was still filled with maggots in the latrine pit, her poop was definitely much better. Although it was disgusting. Thinking about it, she wanted to throw up. She didn't know whether her aunt was stupid or not. How could she come up with such an idea? Her grandmother even agreed. Fortunately, it wasn't her grandmother who ate feces, but her grandmother. Zhao Pinger suddenly felt a little bloated. She hurriedly ran to the front yard of Zhao Yun'er's house. "Grandma, I got it." Zhao Pinger ran to Hua Chunhua and handed the bowl with feces in her hand to Hua Chunhua. As soon as Hua Chunhua saw the steaming feces, she knew what Zhao Pinger had done. So she couldn't help but curse. "You wicked girl, I asked you to get me a little. You actually pooped a big bowl for me. Did you do it on purpose? I usually give you good food, so you pooped such a big bowl all of a sudden. So much feces." Hua Chunhua's mouth was like a laser gun. She really couldn't control herself. If she wanted to eat feces, couldn't she just take a bite? Mu Lianfeng didn't say much. Maybe he would let her go after taking a bite of Mu Lianfeng. So when Zhao Pinger went to get the feces, she should only get a little bit. Who would expect that Zhao Pinger was an idiot and pooped a full bowl by herself? How could she eat so much feces? Zhao Pinger curled her lips. She was unhappy in her heart. It was really a thankless task. Chapter 362. When Zhao Pinger mentioned Zhao Xinhui immediately became unhappy and said, "Zhao Pinger, what are you saying? This kind of thing is for someone like you to do. How could you let me do it? Of course my Hui can't do it. Pinger, you damned girl. I'll deal with you later." Hua Chunhua glared at Zhao Pinger. Zhao Pinger knew that she couldn't argue with Hua Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui, so she simply stopped talking. Compared to arguing with Hua Chunhua, it was more enjoyable to watch the show by herself. Hua Chunhua was scolding. Mu Lianfeng raised his eyebrows with displeasure. "What are you waiting for? Do you want to eat it or not?" Hua Chunhua trembled in fear. She didn't feel anything before, but now she suddenly saw the feces in the bowl. Hua Chunhua was so disgusted that she couldn't eat it. "Lord Air, it's too disgusting." "I can't eat it," Hua Chunhua said and turned her head away. She didn't want to look at it, let alone eat it. "Do you mean you regret it?" Mu Lianfeng cast a fierce glance at Hua Chunhua again, which scared her. "Lord Air, I'll eat it. I'll eat it, okay?" Hua Chunhua closed her eyes and frowned tightly. She pinched her nose with one hand and moved closer to the bowl. The onlookers almost laughed out loud. They had seen many strange things, but Hua Chunhua was probably the only one who saw someone eat feces in public. It was so interesting. Just when Hua Chunhua's face was getting closer and closer to the bowl, there was a sudden scolding. "Old woman, are you really eating feces? Don't you feel ashamed?" It was Zhao Baoshan's voice. Zhao Baoshan's tone was full of displeasure. Seeing the laughter of the onlookers and what Hua Chunhua was doing, he really wanted to find a hole to hide in. If she ate feces, old Zhao's family would be laughed at by the villagers for the rest of their lives. He had just heard that something happened to Zhao Yun'er and other members of old Zhao's family were rushing here. So he went to Lu Fugui's place and asked him to come. He thought that as the village chief, Lu Fugui should be able to talk to the soldiers. Maybe he could help Zhao Yun'er. He didn't expect that when he finally managed to get Lu Fugui to come over, he would see Hua Chunhua eating * tea. Hua Chunhua and the other members of the Zhao family regained their senses after hearing Zhao Baoshan's scolding. "Old man, Gu Ning said." Hua Chunhua wanted to explain, but Zhao Baoshan stepped forward and directly threw the bowl in Hua Chunhua's hand away. "You may be shameless, but I'm not. If you dare to eat feces today, I'll divorce you." "Old man." Hua Chunhua wanted to explain again. She didn't want to eat feces, but if she didn't, Prince Xueqi would punish her and she would be killed. She didn't want to die, but she also didn't want her mouth to be sewn shut. After weighing the pros and cons, she made the decision. Without waiting for Hua Chunhua to say anything, Zhao Baoshan vented his anger on the other members of the Zhao family. "You guys are really something. Don't you know how to stop her when I'm not around? What are you doing? Aren't you afraid of being laughed at? Old Zhao's family felt aggrieved to be scolded by Zhao Baoshan. Zhao Xueqi said, "Father, you can't blame us. We can't stop mother from eating feces. You know my mother's character." "That's right, father. Speaking of which, it's more appropriate for you to blame little sister. She was the one who came up with the idea to make mother eat shit." Zhao Wenshi also interjected, pushing all the blame onto Zhao Xinhui. "Sorry, I can't control myself. Why did I write these things? By the way, I want to ask for your votes. Normally, there will be 4 chapters. Chapter 363. Zhao Baoshan's resentful gaze landed on Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui was also a little frightened by Zhao Baoshan's glare. He muttered, "Father, I'm doing this for mother, aren't I?" The heir apparent said to sew her mouth shut, "So this is the only way. We can't let mother die, right?" Hua Chunhua also hurriedly replied, "That's right, old man. You can't blame Hui-er. Hui-er is doing this for my own good." Zhao Baoshan glared at the mother and daughter pair, Hua Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui, as if they had failed to meet his expectations. Their brains were simply filled with T. It would be better to sew their mouths shut than to do such a shameful thing in front of the entire village. Hua Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui were so frightened that they did not dare to say anything. Zhao Baoshan was the most powerful person in the family, so they had to listen to Zhao Baoshan at all times. Zhao Tianshui asked, "Father, what should we do now?" Zhao Baoshan snorted softly and walked over to Mu Lianfeng. "They say that you are the heir apparent, but who can prove that you are the heir apparent? It's not good to treat my wife like this, is it?" Mu Lianfeng sized up Zhao Baoshan. This old man was somewhat different. He was smarter than the rest of old Zhao's family. Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping hurriedly said, "Father, he is the heir apparent." "That's right, master. He is the heir apparent. I've known for a long time." Regardless of whether he was the heir apparent or not, Zhao Baoshan could not admit that Mu Lianfeng was the heir apparent. Otherwise, with his wife's temper, she would be so frightened that she would eat such *T in front of the villagers. Even he would not be able to stop her. Zhao Baoshan glared at Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping. "Shut up, you two." At this moment, Lu Fugui also walked over. Lu Fugui was different from the other villagers. He had more considerations. Like Zhao Baoshan, he questioned Mu Lianfeng's identity. "Right now, we don't know if you are the heir, so we can't cause trouble in our Chongfeng village. If the people of our village have offended you in any way, you can settle the score with them in the future," Lu Fugui said. After Zhao Baoshan and Lu Fugui said this, the surrounding villagers also began to doubt the authenticity of Mu Lianfeng's identity. It looked like it, but it also didn't. If this wasn't the case, wouldn't old Zhao's family lose even more face? He had been played for a fool. The corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth curled up slightly. Naturally, he couldn't prove his identity now because he didn't have the token with him. "All right, I'll let her go for now. But remember this matter. I'll ask for it the next time you come." Mu Lianfeng glanced at Hua Chunhua and said, "He definitely wouldn't let Hua Chunhua off so easily." "Then I'll thank you in advance, young master," Lu Fugui said. Mu Lianfeng snorted lightly. "Since you are so righteous, I hope you can handle today's matter properly." This old woman wanted to snatch Yun'er's things and kidnap Daodu to sell. I wonder how the village rules will punish her? When Lu Fugui heard this, he frowned and looked at Hua Chunhua. He also didn't know the truth of the matter. He didn't expect Hua Chunhua to actually do these things. This old woman was too inhumane, wasn't she? It was fine if she didn't help Yun'er when something happened, but she actually wanted to take advantage of her? Lu Fugui coughed lightly. "Of course they should be punished. As the village chief, I won't let them run amok. When Yun'er comes back, let Auntie Zhao come over to apologize. Also, they definitely can't touch Yun'er's things. Otherwise, they will be expelled from the village." Chapter 364. Old Zhao's family members began to panic after hearing Lu Fugui's words. It wasn't easy for them to get something from Zhao Yun'er, but now they had to return it. Their plan to have a meal of refined rice tonight was probably ruined. Hua Chunhua also felt the pinch, but compared to Mu Lianfeng making her eat *tea and sew her mouth shut, she could still accept it. Mu Lianfeng took a deep look at Lu Fugui. Since that's the case, please do as you say. Mu Lianfeng then carried Daodu and said to Daodu, "Let's go, Daodu. Daddy will take you to Yang City." Zhao Yun had been taken away by the soldiers, so there was no point for him to stay at Zhao Yun's house. He couldn't be of any help, and waiting would only make him anxious. Daodu naturally wouldn't leave Zhao Yun's parents to take care of him. With Hua Chunhua's personality, it would be even more dangerous for Daodu to be taken care of by them. Yes, yes. Daodu nodded. Zhao Baoshan saw that Mu Lianfeng was about to leave with Daodu, so he hurriedly asked, "Lord, why are you taking my great-grandson away?" Mu Lianfeng smiled sarcastically. So old Zhao's family also acknowledges Daodu's identity? Ah. Zhao Baoshan knew what Mu Lianfeng meant, and he looked a little ashamed. Mu Lianfeng continued, "He's my son, so of course I'm taking him away. When Yun'er comes back, I'll send Daodu back." Mu Lianfeng left with Daodu, leaving old Zhao's family members behind in shock. Many of the villagers were curious and gossipy. Is this man really Daodu's father? They look alike. The two of them look so alike. That's right. It's obvious that they are father and son. Looks like Yun'er and this man gave birth to Daodu. Now, he's come knocking on our door? Sigh, Yun'er found a man and gave birth to a child before she even got married. Now, she even brought a man home directly. How could she do such a thing? She's really not afraid of being embarrassed. What can we do? However, if this person was the heir apparent, then wouldn't Yun be living a happy life? Are you going to be the princess consort in the future? I don't think that man is the crown prince. How could the crown prince be dressed so shabbily? Their clothes aren't much better than ours. Moreover, he's staying in Yun'er's shabby room. Shouldn't he be bringing Yun'er to the heir manor to enjoy life? The villagers were talking about it. Others didn't know, but Zhao Pinger and Zhao Xinhui clearly knew that Mu Lianfeng was indeed the crown prince. They didn't know why Mu Lianfeng stayed in Zhao Yun'er's room, but the clothes he wore at that time weren't simple. Hua Chunhua opened her mouth. Is Daodu really the crown prince's son? Seeing the shock on Hua Chunhua's face, Zhao Baoshan and Lu Fugui exchanged a glance and thought of what had happened 3 years ago. The person who bought Zhao Yun'er at that time was a big shot. Could it be that the crown prince was the crown prince? Zhao Xinhui snorted softly. Mother, what are you thinking about? Why are you thinking about these impossible things? Do you know who the crown prince is? How could he fall in love with Zhao Yun'er? He can have any woman he wants. Even if he wanted to find a woman, she was prettier than Zhao Yun'er. The crown prince should be interested in her, right? Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, Hua Chunhua felt that it made sense. Zhao Yun'er was just a little girl from the countryside. How could she be a match for the crown prince? Chapter 365. Maybe His Highness doesn't have any children, so he wants to adopt Daodu as his son because he's so cute, Zhao Xinhui replied. Old Zhao's family thought for a while and agreed that it was indeed possible. All right, let's not talk about this anymore. Hurry up and go home. Don't embarrass yourselves here. Zhao Baoshan urged. In fact, he was afraid that the more these people talked about it, the easier it would be for them to find out what they had done in the past. At that time, he couldn't afford to be embarrassed. Lu Fugui also urged the onlooking villagers to leave. For a moment, Zhao Yun'er's house was quiet again. Zhao Yun'er followed the soldiers to Yang City and was directly sent to prison. Official Gidge, I still don't know what's going on. Am I going to stay here tonight? Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but ask. She felt that it was a little strange that she was caught. In the 21st century, people would be arrested and explained clearly to the people who were arrested. However, in the ancient times, the government wouldn't explain so much to the people who were arrested. Your case will be heard by our county magistrate in 2 days. You'll know then, the constable replied. But, all right, there's no need to ask so many questions. Miss, you can go in now. The constable pushed Zhao Yun'er in front of a prison cell. Hey officer, don't go. Zhao Yun called the constable again. Since the other party didn't want to tell her, she had to use some method. Thus, she handed over the last tael of silver she had on her to the constable and pleaded, "Official Gidge, use this money to buy some tea later." "Can you tell me what crime I committed? It won't be a big deal even if I tell you, right? I won't cause trouble. I just want to know. Otherwise, I won't be so nervous if I don't know." The constable met Zhao Yun's pleading eyes and looked at the silver in Zhao Yun's hand. He thought that Zhao Yun was a pitiful woman. She was right, so he took the silver from Zhao Yun's hand and said to Zhao Yun, "Someone in the Fulin restaurant was poisoned to death after eating the dish called bullfrog. The innkeeper said that he got the ingredients from you. Right now, the innkeeper and the chef of the Fulin restaurant are in jail. They're waiting for their arraignment in 2 days. Our county magistrate will get to the bottom of this. If young miss is innocent, the county magistrate will definitely give young miss justice." After the constable finished speaking, he left. Zhao Yun finally figured out what was going on. There was something wrong with the bullfrog in restaurant. She knew whether there was anything wrong with the bullfrog she sent. It wasn't poisonous, so nothing would happen no matter how much she ate. Moreover, every time she sent the food over, Zhao Yun would carefully check to make sure there was no toad mixed in. She suddenly thought of Qin Hailan. That woman directly caught the toad and probably mixed it in with the bullfrog and gave it to Sun Zhongquan. Sun Zhongquan didn't admit it in front of her, but he definitely received the bullfrog from Qin Hailan in private. Zhao Yun wasn't angry that Sun Zhongquan received the food from Qin Hailan. She was angry that Sun Zhongquan actually pushed the blame to her after the incident. The case hadn't been heard yet, so she couldn't defend herself now. She hoped that the county magistrate would give her a chance to defend herself when the case was heard in 2 days. Chapter 366. Zhao Yun couldn't help but frown. Wasn't this smell a little too unpleasant? The environment in this ancient prison really couldn't be compared to the one in the 21st century. How was this a place for people to stay? Even a pigsty wasn't this dirty. She still had to stay in this place for 2 more days. Zhao Yun felt uncomfortable just thinking about it, and felt uncomfortable all over. There were already a few women in the cell where Zhao Yun was, and they were all dirty all over. Seeing Zhao Yun come over, they said to Zhao Yun, "Miss, just find a place to sit down." These people's attitude towards Zhao Yun was still quite amiable, which made Zhao Yun feel somewhat gratified. One had to know that in the 21st century, newcomers were easily bullied in prison. Zhao Yun smiled at these women and looked into the prison to find a place to sit down. Everywhere was dirty, and there wasn't a clean place. "Miss, since you're here, don't dislike this and that. Hurry up and sit down." A woman persuaded. When they first came in, they also thought it was too dirty. Later, they found that there was no other way. They couldn't keep standing. Zhao Yun was conflicted in her heart for a moment, but finally accepted it. So she found a place to sit down by the corner. But after sitting for a while, she felt something drilling under her butt, and then it made a squeaking sound. Zhao Yun jumped up in fright and screamed. She found a fat black rat scurrying out. It was too disgusting. The others in the prison felt that Zhao Yun was making a fuss over nothing. They persuaded her. "Miss, don't be afraid. There are many rats in this cell. You'll be fine once you get used to it." Zhao Yun felt that there was a mouthful of blood in her chest, and she almost spat out a mouthful of blood. How was this comforting? After saying it, she was even more afraid. Originally, she thought that if it was a little dirty and smelly, she could endure it in the cell for 2 days. Now that she saw these rats, how could she bear it? What if she was bitten by a rat when she fell asleep? Zhao Yun had goosebumps when she imagined the scene of the mice gathering together. "Miss, please sit with us. We have fewer rats here." A woman greeted Zhao Yun out of kindness. The woman said that there were fewer rats, not that there were no rats. Zhao Yun was still scared witless. Zhao Yun forced a smile and said, "Thank you, Auntie. I think I'll just stand." The woman did not continue to persuade her. She knew that when Zhao Yun was tired from standing, she would sit down obediently. Zhao Yun leaned against the wooden bars. Facing the pitch-black prison cell, she felt a trace of fear for the first time. After standing for an hour or two, Zhao Yunar's legs were numb and uncomfortable. If she could hold on for one night, her legs would probably be crippled. Leaning against the wooden bars, Zhao Yunar was tired and scared, but no one could save her at this time.
Zhao Yunar, come out.
A jailer walked over and said to Zhao Yunar. Zhao Yunar was a little curious. She had only been here for 2 hours. Why was she released so soon? It should be night now. According to the news, there shouldn't be any trial. What was going on? Come out quickly, what are you waiting for? The jailer urged again. Oh, Zhao Yunar responded. You're tuning in to the Xueqi's Martial Arts Saga YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.